The amateur game has always been a big part in our lives. It's always the topic of our conversations and it's constantly on our minds on a daily basis.
Although it's not at a professional level, the amateur game is a working class sport at a working class level. Players put their bodies on the line, lives on hold, and have worked their socks off to be the best they can be from the top to the bottom of the amateur game.
We live and breathe football, and the amateur game has given us our best years in football. Both of us have come to the end of our playing days and want to sit and speak to the legends of the game, legends in their world, to sit and listen about the careers and stories of the game we love.
Welcome to our podcast.
3 points, please. So today, lads, we're on our travels down Tipperary, sitting here with two legends of the games, probably playing for one of the biggest club in amateur football for the last few years. Here with Adrian Walsh and Paul Breen.
Welcome, lads.
Welcome, lads.
Thanks, lads. Thanks for having us.
So we're down in Michael's in a clubhouse here, an unbelievable setup. As Nelson said there, with two legends of the game, junior international caps coming out our ears, trophies coming out our ears. Paul, a good long stint with Michael's, and Adrian, you had a good stint with Carrick, and now the both of you are playing for Michael's and still playing, which is great to see.
Yeah. This is my 7th or 8th season up here. I suppose my relationship with Paul goes back a bit longer than that, and I suppose he was the man, as I said earlier on. Every summer, you coming up this year, and looking right through the hat into the ring. I suppose 7 or 8 years ago, and haven't looked back, and I'm really enjoying my time here.
How did that come about? Like, obviously through you've known each other through the international setup, like mainly.
We both got in together, I think it was 2005, but we would have played against each other a couple of times before that in big games with Carrick and Michaels and stuff like that. And again, we're not a million miles away, half an hour. We actually played a bit of GA and stuff with Tip Juniors and stuff like that as well.
Like, that Fording game, is it?
Yeah. There's a bit of money in GA, expenses and stuff.
But no, as I said, like Ada was managing Carrick. And I used to ring Edo every summer, because when you're coming up, give us one season, and then you came up in 2018. I said he was too good. Like Edo was what,
36.
36. He was still as a keeper, like you can play up to your. Well, he's
still playing 43.
He's
43.
He's 43.
Still going, yeah.
So we got him up then, and the rest is history. Then I said he went on to win a Munster Junior Cup, Champions Cup, FAI Junior Cup.
Yeah, no, I suppose, as I say, when Paul rang me, I suppose, like, and we always chat to each other, we were probably too good, not just personally, but with clubs, that we've only had one FAI Junior Cup, and we said, like, a few teams have one. We said we wanted two.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Two is, that one extra.
You can say one's a fluke, two's a
because I have mates at Carrick, like, they have one, I have two, and I'd always hit him with that, do you know what I mean? That was, I said 36, I said probably, I didn't think I'd still be playing now. Maybe have one more crack at it, like. Yeah. And I actually got another lease of life coming up, because even though I knew 4 or 5 of the lads, I didn't know, the supporters, the club, and I just, like, I have to prove myself. So, like, actually trained hard, and and that's a great club. Like,
it looks. I have to say, we're in the clubhouse now, looking around, and the memorabilia around the place is unbelievable. Like, the club's history is stretching back. Like, over there, we're looking at pictures of a 74.
Just looking at it's
74 against Tulker Rovers, yeah.
Tulker Rovers, yeah. That was the first time the club had won the FAI Junior Cup, and since then we'd lost. Was it four junior finals? So
and won how many?
And we just had the one. We just had the one. The one was 74. And actually then in 2014 it actually fell on the 40-year anniversary. So it was kind of that monkey off our backs that we won the FAI. And like Edo said there, I said I had one FAI, and kind of the boys, the kind of older supporters around the town used to hit it, like, you don't have an FAI. So we kind of got that monkey off our back. And then I said in 2019, I said we just wanted one more FAI. So we have 2 now, and hopefully maybe one more.
Yeah,
well,
we're qualifying now,
so it's a very tough draw away to Villa, but look, you never know. You're
going to have to beat them at some stage, though, aren't you?
To win it, that's what we said,
yeah.
So we might as well get them out of the way early, and then kind of get the confidence booming for going into the final if you get that far. Like,
look, again, we're playing one of the biggest clubs, so, like, boys, it's a tough draw. We're more than capable of going down and winning, like, and that's our mentality. You take every game week by week. and you go and win that game, and then hopefully that gets you to another round, and then sit down again and say, look, we'll get over this one and then take the next one. Like, so,
Of course.
no, we're 2 or 3 games away now. So
how did you find the change over from Carrick then into Michaels? Was there a little bit of slack from the Carrick lads, or were they happy happy for you?
Look, I'm not going to say a bad word about Carrick really as such. I've won everything with Carrick as well. They, I went down there as a 12-year-old boy. They looked after me. They gave me the time. They gave me the coaching to what I am today. Like, I wouldn't have played the world only for them. Great people down there. And then we came as a group. Carrick have never won a Waterford League till our U team came, and there were 6, 7 of them with a couple of experienced lads. And we won a league, and then we won another league, and then we won a Munster. And then, we threatened an FAI. We're beaten in 2004. When you say the last day going to the match in Kilkenny, just 20 years since I played my first FAI Junior Cup final in 2004, and there's lads there, I'm only 22, 23. Do you know what I mean? So that team was coming to an end, and as I said, I was manager. We're only actually beaten in a quarter final on penalties in an FAI, and I just thought there was a couple of lads that didn't take it as serious like I do.
As in the young lads coming in, like they
were kind of like, I just remember in the pub after, and there was a couple of lads, and they were just, gonna have a great night, and I'm hurt here, like, do you know what I mean? Just after losing the penalties, and and the lads were asking me, look, what's your plan? Are you staying on? I said, I stayed on, but like, I wanted to do it right. I said, we lost our league, we need to regroup, so we went back maybe a week earlier in training, and a couple of lads just weren't darts. Do you know what I mean? So that lad was in my ear, as we always say. Yeah. And I just said, look, I remember saying to the management at the time, I said, I'll give it a Thursday night, give it Sunday morning, we're training, and if the response not good, look lads, I'm going to call it a day. We said nothing to no one in the club or none of the players, because I didn't want them, we'll make an effort here now, Thursday, Sunday, and then we'll go back to the way it was. So, the response wasn't great. So I said, just rang Paul, I said, well, how much am I getting? Do you know what I mean? And look, the rest is history. But
Jen got a couple of samples over there.
But like, I remember when I came up, Chalky was the manager at the time, and he put no pressure on me whatsoever. And again, to be fair,
he was managing Michaels.
He
took over Michaels. Is he still manager now?
No, Johnny Cremens.
Right.
So he said, look, if you want to sign, great, we'll have you, but there's no pressure. I said, give me the form and sign it, because there's lads starting to ring me now and annoy me. I said, I gave him my word, I signed it, and he said, look, if you come back in a week's time, it's not for you, I release you, like. But I haven't looked back. Yeah. So I love it.
Happy days.
So, Paul, you were basically born here. Why are you in the clubhouse?
I wouldn't say that. Like, I came straight from youth football. I was with Peak Villa. Had 4 or 5 great years there, and I remember the youth season finished, and I used to be getting these phone calls. Well, Breen, this is Chalky here. Any chance you come in to St. Michael's? I said, look, let me think about it. I haven't given Peak Villa a decision yet, or I think Clonmel Town were ringing me as well. Next thing, I said 2 hours later, well, Breen, Chalky here. Any chance? I didn't know at the time there was 2 Chalkies in the club. There was a John Chalky and a James Chalky. So I said, Jesus Christ, they really want me, don't they? So, I made the decision to come in. And that was back in, I was only 18, 19? Just out of youth football, 20 or 2000, whenever it was.
Straight into the first team?
No, and actually, would you believe it? I was a centre midfielder. You'd never believe that, no. But that's where I started when I came in there. I was centre midfielder. I probably struggled a bit in junior football when I came into it. For a big, strong fella, I kind of struggled to get with the physicality of the game and probably up to the pace of the game. And it probably took me 2 years, and then we had Aidan Ryan was here. We won a Munster Junior Cup, and the following year he'd left mid-season, and Barry Ryan was the manager. Barry played with Derry City, I think, at Limerick. And Barry says, we're going to put Breen centre half. So they actually tried me centre half, and then kind of went from there on, like. So I said, I never looked back then. I said, that was centre half when I was 20, I suppose.
Right. Yeah. Still here, how old are you now?
40.
Nearly 41,
43.
Fair play then,
41 in
Both
June.
still playing regularly.
But that's what it is. As like, I still have the hunger. Like, it's just whether my body can stay with the hunger.
Do you find it takes longer to recover, or what you like after games?
Look, we had a tough game there in the FAI on Sunday against Evergreen, and like Monday, in fairness, I went to the gym, just did a recovery session. But Tuesday, Wednesday, you're still feeling it. Like I say, I wasn't right until yesterday. But that's what it is. You find a way. Like, you kind of have to train differently. Like I do the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the trainer I have, then we kind of tailor it around you know, to my age, whatever it is, look,
Yeah,
we'll do
very
it this
good.
way, like. And you just kind of like
It works then, doesn't it? Whatever works for you,
look,
like, it helps.
The older you get, you just find ways to keep going. I said, look, if the hunger is there, then you'll find a way. Whether it's ice baths, I know Ado kind of does the ice baths and stuff. Whether it's ice baths or stretching or whatever it is, like, you just, you know, to stay going and stay at the top level, you have to find a way, like.
Definitely, yeah.
I think the introduction of the all-weathers are kind of hampering kind of people a little bit older on the joints and the knees and all that. So you have a grass pitch out there. You say that is a big benefit to us.
Yeah, it is. But we train on the all-weather. We've an all-weather here, Cannon Hayes there, so we train there on Tuesday, Thursday nights. But
How are you feeling after that?
crippled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Do it
I
yourself.
find it. Like, yeah, I
hard in the
struggle
joints.
now.
As a
find
goalkeeper as well,
goalkeeper,
yeah,
just
yeah.
going to say, because you're diving around, and my job is physical as work. We have a family business, it's groundwork, so I'm shoveling in a hole, concrete on my knees, you know, and then I'm diving around, like, and I say to Paul every morning, I'm there, like, I have to
Make a
kneel-
noise, put
kneel-
your socks
kneel down,
on.
put on the socks, yeah. And like we have to say, look, do whatever you have to do during
To be
the
right
week
for the
and just
for
be
the-
ready for the game.
Exactly.
Do you know, Sundays when it counts. That's when
Yeah.
you need your body right. It's
I
not
think when it
Tuesday,
gets
Thursday.
when it gets to that age, I think managers should be acceptant of that, and other teammates should be acceptant of that. To say, look, if Adrian or Paul can't train on Tuesday and they can't train on Thursday, well then that's what we have to do to keep them ready. Do you know what I mean? So it's
I
and
think-
maintain it a
yeah,
little
I think,
bit.
I
Good.
think we're fairly good on that. Do you
Yeah.
know, and even we might cheat a bit, like, do you know what I mean? Say, look, I'll go at 70% tonight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I've done that
I'm
myself,
training, I'm around,
Yeah.
but I'm taking it handy. Do you
I'm
know
doing
what
that the
I
last 10 years, you know. It's constant.
That's tough. Right, we'll take it back, Paul. We'll go to you. Where did it all start?
So for me, I was born in Dundrum. It's a small council estate, probably around 5 or 10 minutes from here, sandwiched between a sawmills on the right and a GA pitch on the left. Probably 40 houses in the housing estate. We grew up. There was no soccer clubs around. There was no like these academies there is now, and there was no team in Dundrum, so it was just all street football. Like there was just 40, 50 kids just playing soccer. Like, and then first time, I suppose a team kind of set up was Dundrum in what I was probably 12. Spent a few seasons there. Next thing went from there to Peakville, and kind of it took off in Peakville. Kind of it opened up to playing in these national cups and getting to FAI U Cups and Munster U Cups, and kind of, as I said, it went from there then to St. Michael's. Like,
Yes, something similar. Country little village, Kilsheelan, halfway, I suppose you could say, between Carrick and Shore and Clonmel. And my mother is originally just outside Carrick and Piltown. So again, no schoolboy soccer in a little village, it's all GA. So I was sent to secondary school in Carrick, and you just get in with lads then and stuff like that. So I started with Carrick. That's how I come around, because people always say, why don't you play with Clonmel or that and that. And then I'm actually living in Clonmel then since I was about 16. So, you know, obviously you get approached by one or two clubs and stuff like, but didn't feel the need to leave because we were winning. Because I started junior football at 15.
Just a young age to come into.
Yeah,
the
especially
man-
for a
man sport,
goalkeeper,
isn't
like,
it?
do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I suppose I was blessed in a way because you just nearly had a lad just playing in goal. He wasn't, you know, coached or anything like that. And I suppose they saw potential in me, like, because I said I only came in as 12. They didn't have a 12 team, so I started at 13. And then I remember after a year, I actually played an under 15 league. No, I was on the bench for the league playoff, but I started the cup final. I think it was 13 playing under 15, like. And then that went fairly well. We were beaten 1-0, but I did well. So then I remember it was around Christmas. I played one third division game. Would have been our second team at the time. And again, that went well. And then the following week, I was just thrown in with the A team. And that's it then.
You've been in the first team
Yeah,
of Carrick
yeah.
since then.
Yeah, so I
Right.
was 15 and a half.
Crazy. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? So a lot of miles on the clock,
Yeah.
like, but
Was any friction there with the guard and the soccer when you kind of went towards the soccer? Because you were probably doubling up for a stage, were you?
yeah, I suppose, but again, first love was soccer. Like, do you know, I remember one of the Regions Cup. It was a 10 in Dublin. We qualified for Portugal, and my club in the GA, we actually had a county final at the same week, intermediate, and we lost 3 county finals.
It was
Do you know, so
pressure
the
was
pressure
on
was
there,
on,
yeah.
like, and I remember, like, look, lads, I'm going playing soccer, like, it's too big an opportunity. So I remember ringing to say, look, see, because the game was on a Sunday, we actually didn't have a game. So I said, look, just ask the manager. So I remember ringing Jerry. I said, it's not going to go well anyway. So I said, look, between the second and third game, a club have a county final is massive for me. Like, do you know what I mean? I says, any chance I can come down, I'll be straight back up after the game. Like, but like obviously Jerry has to look after the Irish side, and he said, look, I can't send you off. You get injured, and then I'm down to one goalkeeper. Like, so I said, look, that's fair enough. I said, I just asked the question to kind of cover me back, but lo and behold, the football ended up being a replay. There was a draw, so I actually got back. But I remember like playing the game, and I remember the things people were saying, oh, he was cutting the arse off you, picking soccer, and this is where you're from, and all this, like. And I remember we won the replay then, we won by 2 or 3 points. I remember going out and I had a couple of drinks. I think I went home because I just there like, this is not for me. Like, you know, no, I didn't feel it, like, because I'm having a drink with a lad there, and he's there like, he wasn't here last week.
It's probably a bit of slagging, but then you took it went personal to you because you probably worked your arse for both of them.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
The soccer and the
yeah.
gas.
Because as I was saying, we're from the country, like, so we were brought up playing hurling football. Do you know, 3 or 4 nights every week we were gone, like, do you know, and that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
How'd you get on, Paul?
No, it was the same as me. Like as I said, like I had a J pitch right beside me, and we weren't allowed to play soccer on the J pitch. It was just
forbidden.
Yeah, it was forbidden. If we went into a soccer ball, get out. And it was the same. Like they'd always overlap over the years, as in like say Michael's here the season, and then the hurling was starting. You're kind of like, Jesus, like I'm trying to manage the two. You're trying to go training here. If you skip training here, kind of doing hurling training, and you're kind of getting it from both sides then. And I remember then we got to a cup final with St. Michael's, and it fell on the same night as a hurling final. I thought, Jesus Christ, it was under 21s, whatever at the time. And I had to make a decision then, what am I going to do, like? And I chose the soccer, and my friends are there, they wouldn't talk to me. They would not, they lost. We won the cup final, and actually I scored one of the goals, and there was my picture on the paper, and if you turn the page then, we had lost the West final. And like, you made your grow up like.
I think it's gone the other way now. I think it's just a clash. I think everyone, I found, especially when I was in management in Carrick, like, there's a clash. So I'll let you know what I'm doing. Like, I knew straight away they were going to play in GA, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're at the being there and doing it.
Yeah, I just know the GA for some reason have a pull on people. I don't know.
There's a talk now though where certain counties are banning the overlap of soccer and Gardas though. I think I've seen something in the paper where they're saying you can't play 2 sports, you need to play one or the other.
Yeah, well at the moment they're kind of pushing for this summer soccer, like, so like it's definitely going to clash then.
Yeah.
So you're putting pressure on these young fellas to choose a sport then, which is probably a bit unfair because there usually was winter soccer and then it was summer GA, like. And
that's probably one of the reasons he kept the summer soccer as well, the winter soccer as well.
Yeah,
so
because like especially country teams, because I think they'll play GA, so then a lot of country teams will say, we can't fulfill this fixture because we've so many lads playing GA. I think that's the way it will go.
Yeah. So when you went in, Paul, like when you after that, was that it then? The Gaelic or hurling's gone out the window and it's just soccer?
No, like I kept going. I kept it going up till probably I said 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I was. I know, but I remember.
And you're still married.
yeah. Just about.
He's wearing a ring, alright.
But I remember I was up. We used to, as Adrian said, we used to train on a Friday evening, and we used to train on a Saturday morning. Then I remember like, jeez, like the train never finished. I was like rushing down the motorway to play a hurling match. I said, Jerry Smith can't find out, or Chalky can't find out. You're hiding this, like you're hiding this and stuff. But I said, look, as I said, these are fellas you grew up with, like.
So were you doing it for the love of both games, or were you just doing it to keep people happy?
Probably a bit of both. Like, I am soccer. Look, soccer is my first love. But like, as I said, like you grew up with your friends. Like they're more into Gael. Like I'm more into soccer. Like, and kind of, as I said, it overlaps. But like you're kind of torn in the middle. Like you kind of have to give yourself to both. There's not worse. As Ado said, like, you go back to the pub and you're kind of like, yeah, you over there. You're a soccer player. Go on.
But you're supposed to be enjoying both of them. Like you're
like
with your mates and everything else. But you're getting abused. Like
I was decent enough for football. Like I was on kind of tip senior football kind of squads and stuff, like, but I was trying to keep the soccer and all that, but long story short, I kept pulling out of it because soccer, like, you know. And even the last couple of years I've done coaching with the tip 20 keepers and minor keepers and stuff like that, so I was up there once, maybe twice a week, and I still didn't get the buzz that I do from soccer. Like, you know, I just love soccer. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I really like GA, don't get me wrong, but just
soccer's the number one.
Yeah, it's just,
it's completely different for us, isn't it? Because obviously there's probably only one club in English where we're from, Ireland's Oil, that's hurling and Gaelic, and
that's GA.
I played hurling and Gaelic in school, but never outside of football. It was always football.
Just do it to get off
Always.
classes and school.
Yeah,
That's all it was.
that's all I did it for. Yeah.
What's that? It's our chess club.
So you go into the senior team, Adrian, into Carrick at a young age. Does silverware start coming quick, or how are you doing? Waterford League, you said.
The
Carrick
Waterford
League,
League,
isn't it?
yeah. It's actually just right in the border between Tip. So like a lot at the Ireland thing, the Waterford lad down there. I'm actually a Tip man. Do you know what I mean? That was kind of a running joke, like, and So as I say, we got a good youth team. We actually won a double youths before we came up, and we got 6-7 out of that team through. So I think it was around 2000 or something like that. We won our first Waterford League. We were knocking on the door for 1 or 2 years before that, but then we went on a run. We won 11 in 15 or something like that, and I picked up 3 Munster juniors. We actually won a Munster Senior Cup as well. I remember we played St. Michael's. What year was that? Remember you beat us in the final? It was 11, 10?
10 or 11, yeah.
It was
What
11.
cup was that?
Munster Junior. And the following week, we had to go play Cork City down in, they actually played in Bishopstown, their training place, in the Munster Senior semi-final. And we actually, I remember one of my best mates, Key Welsh, he went out in the beer the night before, didn't turn up for the game, and our main centre half was suspended. So we were just, this is our last game now, big boss session and the whole lot. And we actually won the game 1-0. I remember Glenn Kane, we just got the ball 10 yards and just turned keepers off his line, and we just defended for the whole game. We won 1-0, like Cork at the time were first division, right? But they had, I think McNulty was it? He was in goal. Was it Timmy Kiley? He was playing St. Michael's.
Timmy Kiley played.
Yeah, he played up
Cork,
front.
yeah.
Graham Cummins came on for the last half hour. Davin O'Neill, they were the 2 main players at the time. We just saw the game out, and I think it was a week or 2 later. Then we played Limerick in the final. And in fairness to Limerick, they came down to Carrick to play the game. I remember the crowd, like same thing. 1-0. Glenn Keane, the lad who scored the winner in the semi-final, scored the winner in the final, and just defended for the whole game. And Joe, 2 1-0s, brilliant, like, you know.
He was a hero for bleeding weeks, was he?
Yeah, no, like, it's Plan B is what he's called. Now he wasn't the starter, do you know what I mean? But Plan B, if on a goal, you get me in, do you know. There's some characters now in Carrick now. It's just the funniest dressing room. Like, they're thick, like, do you know what I mean? But so funny, like, do you know. It's unbelievable, like, do you know. Just a good mate of mine, John Welch is his name. He's actually gone into referee now. He's on the School of Excellence and stuff. I think he qualified or whatever. But Blackgarden referees, and there he is there, refereeing, and he's going up the ladder. But even in Evergreen last week, he was there behind the goal, and you know, you're coming for a cross and you're catching, and he's talking to you during the game. Do you know what I mean? But it's great to see, like, you know, like, it's brilliant, like.
That's it's friendships you make in football that will last forever, don't they?
They're brilliant. Yeah. Do you know, like, whenever myself and Paul hang up the boots or whatever, like, we're going to stay.
You've involved in management in Michael's, would you?
Well, I'm involved now, with Johnny Cremens and Michal Burns. So,
would it interest you, would it? The management side.
I don't know. I'm involved with that Munster team. They kind of the way they split up the new set up for Ireland. So I'm kind of just on the outside of it. So I'm kind of just dipping my toe in it. So I don't know. I'm just too involved in playing at the moment. So I kind of don't really want to think about it.
It's hard when you're that little bit older, isn't it?
Yeah,
to think about
it's
anything
like,
else
I know.
other
Look,
than
it's common. Like, I know my days are numbered. Like, but you're trying to pick up off things. Like, you're trying to, you know, you're talking to Ada or Johnny. You just try and pick up on things and kind of see. Look, is it something for you? Like, but I don't know. I said I haven't really thought about it because I'm just so involved in playing. Like, you know, like when you're in the bubble of playing and the FAI and stuff, and
you don't see it.
Things like
that.
I don't
see it. You're kind of tunnel vision. You just kind of want to stay playing. Like,
I don't think it'll pass you anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not to be rushed. Do you know, if it's gonna happen, you'll feel it if you want to stay managing or if you want to stay involved in some capacity.
And my biggest fear is all, you know, Tuesday, Thursday, since you're that height. When that stops, like, what you do, like, do you know, because I can't see myself, like, no disrespect to my wife and stuff, like, coming in and, you know, what are we going to watch tonight and this and that. Like, I want to be with the lads having a crack.
Yeah.
It's your outlet. Like,
it's an outlet. It's a
great outlet.
You'll miss the banter. Like, even after Sunday, someone said to me, he goes, "You'll be playing fucking centre half in a Zimmer frame." He says, "You won't be able to get you off the pitch." He says, yeah. I don't know. Like, it's, well, look, you've coached, so you'll probably go back into it.
Yeah, listen, say, look, I did, as I said, did a couple of years with Carrick. I'm involved.
Were you player manager or did you just
no, it's player manager. Yeah. But as I said, I've done coaching with kids and I've done a couple of years with Tipperary with minor and under 20 keepers. So I enjoy it. Like
it's a different side of the game, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's completely
Totally,
different. Like, and it's even now I see, like, when I was with Carrick, I was the number one, and it's just headaches, and this lad has a problem, that has a problem. Like, so it's probably not as bad now because I'm probably number 2 and number 3, and Johnny has to deal with all that. You know what I mean? So in that sense, like, I'm still concentrating on the football. I still train the keepers and stuff, and then I have my input on what I think is going well and what's not going well, and this player and whatever. Like,
what's the schoolboy section like down in Michael's? Do you have a schoolboy team? Do you?
Paul,
They're two separate clubs.
Right.
2 separate clubs. So yeah, they haven't amalgamated yet.
Would it be used to be obviously a feeder club into the senior team to keep this kind of thing sticking over?
If you look at some of the players there now, like there's DJ Cremens playing centre half. There's Donna Hickey, Jimmy Kerr. These players would have all come through the schoolboy system, like, and then they would have went from schoolboys, then made the jump into the B team, and then into the first team. Then, like,
look at the development squad there, the B team.
There is. But as I said, look, this, like, we're probably struggling for a youth team this year. But then, like, as I said, you're competing with the GA, you're competing with rugby, like, and lads just, they're pushed to choose either the GA or the rugby, like.
Yeah, I suppose, like, you know, Michaels are so successful, like, but that could kind of work against you, because any good young flash, I'm not going to get in that team, like. Do you know what I mean? I'll play with Tip Town, I'm going to be playing every week there, like, or Colin Land, like, there's 3 or 4 clubs on the outskirts of Tip Town, so they're probably there. I'd be better off there, you know. So then.
Well, when they're looking at a 41-year-old and a 43-year-old
still playing,
they'll never get in. We'll never get our chance.
How do we get rid of these legends?
Retire, yeah.
But it's actually gaslight, because you'd actually hear lads after games, "Will you fuck off and just leave me alone?" Like Evergreen, like, he won almost 50 headers last week in the second half, and they're like, "Will you keep the ball away from, like," you know, he just breaks lads' hearts, like.
I was actually watching the news down. You played Gordy last year. Did you just? Yeah. I watched them. Like, did you score a header? Did you?
No.
No, it's about 2 penalties.
2 penalties. Yeah.
You won every single header that came into the year. That Gavin Bryant's team there.
Yeah.
Every ball come with you won everything.
And some teams never learn. They don't.
Just keep kicking them. Yeah. But you're like a magnet, though. Like, you're just like, you know. But like, it's some relief for a keeper, like, just see that. You know, it's a ball that will I come for, and I say, no, just leave it to the big lad. Like, he'll head it anyway. Like, so.
Yeah. You're trusting him then, and then you have trust in him behind you.
Yeah,
then
that's what it is. Like I said, like, we're lucky for years. With St. Michael's, we're known, like, with a great backline. There was Chris Higgins, there was myself, there was James Chalky, you had Paul Tobin, and then Chocka was there, Sean Gearns, and like, we're always known for being a solid team, like, and it's great. Like if you have a good keeper, a solid keeper like Ado, you have a solid back forward, and that's the foundation, and that's where you start from.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I said you start every game you start at 0 and you go from there, like, and that's what we were lucky over the years. We always had a solid foundation.
You know, because even a lot of clubs say if you go 1-0 down to St. Michael's, you certainly pack up your bags and go, like, you know, because you know you have to go chase the game, and like if you score 1, you're never going to score 2 nearly, you know. So no, even like playing against them a couple of times. I was played 2 or 3 times, like, and most of the time, like, we could never beat them. Like, it was always 1-0 to them, like, and funny story, they scored.
Don't tell them I scored against you.
We're playing FAI, I think it was last 16 in Carrick, and we were on top, and we got a penalty.
They just tend to meet each other. Sorry, we couldn't cross it. They just tend to meet each other a lot in the big
for a couple of years. We did.
We were kind of the boys. We were kind of coming, weren't we? Our team was kind of
but it was always. Clonmel were there as well. There was a couple of finals, always semi-finals. It was 3 of us and someone else for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, Clonmel were always there, weren't they? Yeah.
But we missed a penalty anyway. And next minute, Paul Tobin was sent off. So next minute, Mikey Cody got sent off for us at the start of the second half. So it was 0-0, nip and tuck, like. And about, say 20 minutes left, free kick came in, and the big lad there throws in, diving header, misses the ball. The ball goes wide, so he ended up on my feet, and I just tapped him on the head. Unlucky, do you know what I mean? Bit of crack, like, whatever. Next 5 minutes later, next free kick, sacks him. Next minute, man with a volley, buried it into the bottom corner.
I bet you're waiting for a header, weren't you?
I was going to say it wasn't a
volley. 1-0.
I was nearly surprised myself.
They beat us 1-0, like, and you know, we laugh about it now, and it was kind of like, I learned from that. I was like, I'm never going to do that to a lad again because you don't know it, you know.
I've learned the hard way a few times like that myself.
Just wait till the final whistle.
Wait,
goes.
keep
our mouth-
or wait till you're 3 or 4 up.
But he knew it was only a bit of banter between the two of us. It wasn't like a fella I didn't know, get up, you know what I mean, or anything like that, you know.
I couldn't wait for the next Ireland setup as well, Edo. How you getting?
But you need to enjoy it, like, you know, enjoyment is a lot of it too, like, you know.
Massive,
like, you know, if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to stay at it, like.
Yeah. So, Paul, how did it go down with you with stepping into the senior team? Were you
so
B-team
as
or
I said
straight
when I first came in, probably struggled with junior football, but when I went back centre half, I just found it being natural there, because when I was with Peak Villa, I always played centre midfield, and we were involved in that under 21 league, Aircom League with Peak Villa, and I used to play back centre half there, and I just always felt comfortable in centre half. So I came in, then got in centre half. We won the Munster Junior Cup, won the league, and we kind of went through a bit of a barren spell then. But it all kicked off then probably around 2009. Johnny Cremens came in, and Johnny just set a standard that we've never seen before, because there was no identity to the team. We weren't playing any football. It was just like 4-4-2, just a solid team. And Johnny came in, then he brought just brought the standards through the roof. Like we started off doing these 3,600 metre runs, and then it was all about football, playing football, and you know, like questioning your position and stuff, and playing out from the back. And to me, it was probably the best thing that happened for me, because I was in around the Irish team. It kind of pushed me then to push my levels up, and to kind of play more football out from the back. And like Johnny's still there. Like Ada will tell you, like the man is. Yeah, he's Mr. St. Michael's, like he's a
brilliant coach, best I've worked under in football terms, like.
And we had him there, and then we lost 2 FAIs. We lost 2010 to Fairview on penalties, and then we lost the Pike the following year to a last minute goal. And then Johnny left in 2013, and we kind of wonder, where do we go from here? Like, and next thing, we're lucky enough that Jason Purcell from Fairview Rangers came in. Jason had won something like 5 FAIs
with Fairview.
Yeah, with Fairview as a player. And he was the manager in 2010 that beat us on penalties. And probably Jason was lucky then that we were still playing a bit of football from Johnny's term, and then but Jason, he made us he just knew how to win games in the FAI. Just knew it. Like.
As you said, the 1-0s and
the 1-0s,
you won't score the goal. If you score one, you won't get 2.
Yeah, no, and that's what we were. So we were solid, but we weren't playing any football. And then Jason just got us over the line. I wouldn't mind the first time he came in there. He actually dropped me for the first 2 games. I was like, what the fuck? But it's like, you know,
how do we get him back out the gate?
Yeah, but that's what it was. Like, and he put me in my place, and I was like, right, I'm going to show him. Like, and he did that to a few boys. And you know, like the first he even said when he came in, he says, "You're not good enough to win an FAI." The more or less, right, we'll show him, we'll prove it. Like, and we won. I said we got the monkey off the back. Then we won the FAI in 2014.
Being someone from his pedigree, you he knows how to win an FAI.
Yeah, and that's
so
what.
If it started with someone that had never won an FAI or whatever, he's saying this, you couldn't say, well, what do you know about winning? Like, so.
Yeah, and you're kind of, you're trying to earn his respect in as well. As I said, he dropped me for a couple of games. The first 2 games, he goes, yeah, I'll show him, and that's what it was. Like, and he got us over the line. So
obviously, his experience, what Nelson was saying there, as a player winning it, he has that pedigree, you know, that winning mentality and that winning DNA that he's hopefully going to breed into you, and which obviously
and he's done that. He's gone on to win another
one in Fairview year after we won it, did?
I think he's won another 2 or 3 FAIs as a manager. So altogether, I'd say as a player and a manager, he probably has 8 FAI Junior Cups.
It's some obsession though, isn't it? The FAI. I think that's everyone's aim.
Yeah,
junior club to go
it's brilliant.
For it.
Like, you know,
it's a
even after every round, we're on a Sunday night, you're going through looking at other areas and results coming in, and we're always on the phone to each other to mesh over to see this lad was playing with this lad team and they got knocked out, and you know, it's just the buzz. And then when the draw comes around, you're there hiding in work there, going to the toilet and stuff, listening to the draw and stuff, and you're there like, oh,
then
God,
the WhatsApp group be hopping then as
yeah.
The FAI draw, I put in my fake draws into the
the banter there for 10 minutes.
I just make up draws.
I was there. It's actually a good story that the draw for the quarterfinals was on the relay, but normally they're bang on 11:30, but it was like a 10-minute delay, and I was like in a place now with bad reception. I was like, oh, is my phone not working? I was there, lads, it's the draw, don't know, whatever. And the other fella then with all his teams, and I was there, is that the draw? Oh, what the fuck was that? But then I was going train. There's a young fella from Clonmel coming with me, Reese O'Regan, quality player, and he goes to me, "Jeez, I thought we got cock killed. It's only when the mother said that we got to feel it because that's what we
Cocktail
you see the draw and just turn off the phone or whatever. Like.
Just make up draws.
Really
good.
But even that, as you're just talking about the FAI, but this club, they have an obsession with the FAI.
Yeah.
Even the supporters, like it's just.
Isn't that brilliant though? I think that's unbelievable.
But FAI days here, like it's just a packed house, and even we call it FAI days, FAI away days. It's just going away in the supporters bus, and they're having their drinks and they're having a few pints before the match. Then you win a tough game, it just solidifies the team, and then you have a big piss up on the way home. Then it's brilliant.
I love that about the country teams where we don't really have that up there, do we? Like years ago, it used to happen. We were involved with Wefta. Like if you got an FAI junior game, there's not a coach going down. You're just going down in a minibus with the squad and the managers. There's nobody really following you. If it's a home game, it's a big game or whatever. Now you'll get a crowd up at the team, but. So I love about the country teams. They always bring like that the whole town with you.
Yeah, it could be mas and dads and kind of grandkids and nephews and nieces at the matches. Up there, it'd be with Fingers United or whatever. It'd be just our mates going down on the bus with them. But down here, it's a proper community thing.
It is, and that's what it like. Our Ada will tell you, like, there's the same group. There's a group of old fellas here, and they go to every match, and they'll be on the bus. And what it is, it's just a social thing for them.
Yes.
As in, we're meeting
another
up.
outlet like us.
Yeah, and during COVID, then they lost that. They lost that kind of meeting up, going for a few pints, and when they all started back again, the same group were back again, and they go to every away trip.
That's what I love about junior football too, is the community. Like, it's like I was with Carrick, but then I came up here, and then I got to know hundreds of people up here that go to games and stuff. And like Paul is probably the same. We had opportunities to go to League of Ireland, but you go to League of Ireland, it's just you go and play the game, probably changing. You're gone home, like you won't get to know anyone.
Yeah.
Before
that's what I love. Like,
Adrian from Carrick, Adrian. He was Adrian. Then after a while, you're a Michaels player.
Same Michaels, exactly. Yeah,
so,
like that's what I love. It's just you get to meet lads. You could go for a couple of points. The next one you meet, fucking Johnny that you played against 5 years ago and you haven't seen him since. And then you're just talking about old times, like, and it's just.
Like we went up to Buncalla last year, which is what, a 7-hour drive.
Donegal, is it?
Yeah.
I'd say we outnumbered their supporters.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Even up in Hardwick,
people brought wives away for a
weekend.
weekend.
2 buses.
Yeah, you played Hardwick there.
We brought 2 buses.
2 buses,
yeah.
What score was that? 3-1, was it?
Yeah.
How did you find the? That's obviously probably is that the first time in a while you've gone up to play a Dublin team? Premier A.
We went to Holt last year anyway.
What are they? Yeah, are they Premier A as well? Holt, are they?
They were last year. I'm not sure what they are now.
Comparing, you've obviously played against the likes of Sheriff and other Premier A teams, like when Premier A was kind of Premier A. But the standard now that you've played against Hardwick, what do you think of it?
Sheriff are on a different level. They're just ballers. They're just street ballers. They're just on and on.
They were tough. They had everything. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I was gas because I met Lee Murphy, the keeper, after the Hardwick, so I was talking to him for 10 minutes, like, and he was just there, like, oh, you've a good chance now, and they were so kind of cocky. They put a load of money on themselves as well, like, and he was there, like, you know yourself, so hard, like, to win FAI Junior Cup games. He said, like, there was times we just knew how to win. Do you know? He said men sent off a lot, like, and they just win on penalties.
Winning penalties. How many times have they gone through on penalties?
It's no disrespect to the teams that are there now, but the Premier A, like when there was Sheriff, Kilbarrack, Wefta, there was Leicester were there as well. Like they were serious teams. Like.
Yeah.
The Saturday last round, there's 3 Saturday side teams that actually went through. So senior Saturday. So even the junior teams are not making it that far in their rounds. It's the Saturday sides that can actually get that far.
Yeah. Like you look at Ballymun Saturday side, and they went down to Pike Rovers last week, and they behind beaten 6-0. Like, if that's the senior team, that doesn't happen. Like,
no.
Yeah.
And it's just a pity that's the way the Premier has gone. You know, the Leinster Senior League is the top league in Dublin now.
Yeah.
Whereas back in, as we said, when Kilbarrack and all them, there was probably 50-50. Like there wasn't much between the two.
Which is focused a bit on the, obviously when it comes to FAI Juniors, which is looked out for the Dublin teams more so, like, and saying, who do we get, or are you keeping an eye on them? Do you know how the Dublin teams are getting on? You know how decent they are?
Yeah. Well, you'll always look out for like Leicester back in the day, and you'll always look at who the Sheriff get. And then I just make up my fake draw. And just we got Sheriff Way, and actually we did get Sheriff Way.
You're just hoping all those Dublin teams get it away draws.
And that's what you look for. You kind of
meet the big teams, like, you know,
the local draws. Yeah, you're always looking. Hopefully, Sheriff got Leicester or Pike got a Fairview.
To get rid of one.
Yeah, get rid of one. Like at least there's one gone. Like whereas this year, like the quarterfinals this year, like there's they're all top teams like
All
they.
top teams.
And they're all
There
country
was-
teams. There's not a Dublin team left, sure there's not. Am I right
No,
saying that?
they're all gone, yeah.
Yeah, all gone.
Yeah, there's six Munster, Cockhill from Donegal and Gorey.
Old County, Talatown and Ballymun would have went out last
They
round.
all went out,
Yeah.
right. I think that goes to show you where the junior game's kind of gone in Dublin a little bit, and regards kind of the old Premier A to the now Premier A, and like I think the top teams now in junior football are probably nearly the Saturday teams
Saturday
to
teams, yeah.
intermediate teams now.
Do you think is there possibility of you going intermediate, or is it junior team, or
See,
how's it work? So you wouldn't
it
know
probably
how it
doesn't work down here because like
Sorry, is there an intermediate team in Tipperary or an
no,
intermediate league? No,
there's,
Cork.
it's the Munster Senior League. It's all Cork, like do you know. It's in the intermediate teams hardly works in Dublin, unless you kind of like done a Munster league, as in you bring the best teams from Tipperary, probably Limerick,
Yeah.
Cork, probably
Not
Waterford,
travelling though, isn't it?
Clare.
Yeah.
It just goes into expense then, don't
And
it?
that's what it is.
You know?
Like
So it's unrealistic. It could happen.
St Michael's, they did play in the old Cork League, but that was years ago. Like
That's
that's back
probably before the Tipperary League.
before the
probably
Tipperary,
started, like, wasn't it?
yeah. But no, as Adrian said, it's just down to expenses and stuff. I'd say no, it's a no go at the moment anyway.
This episode is brought to you by EcoPro Power Flushing. If your heating system isn't working as efficiently as it used to, then it might be time that you get yourself an EcoPro Power Flush. EcoPro are one of the most trusted experts in power flushing and also offer other services as well, such as boiler fitting, limescale removal and reverse osmosis. They'll rid your system of any sludge, rust or debris and will have your home heating system working to its full capacity. For a warmer home, call EcoPro on 085 831 6372 or contact them via Instagram or Facebook at EcoPro_powerflushing.
Great. So the rival with Sheriff though, what was it like going up there? Obviously playing Sheriff away. Was there any intimidation, or how did you feel going up?
My first experience up there was, I think the Sheriff won it. It was their first FAI. We were beaten in the final the year before. Yeah, so we went up the all-weather pitch, and obviously you're hearing this stuff about
How
Sheriff.
many losses did you have in finals, Paul? Did you say earlier?
Loss.
Lost finals. Is had.
I lost. I have 3 now. I lost last year's one. Yeah, 1, 2, last 3. Yeah.
Right.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Thanks for
Al,
bringing it up there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't write that in the text. I said that. Yeah, but no, like, you just heard about this Sheriff team, and we went up to all weather, and I could not get over the way they're knocking the ball around. I said, when the ball went up to John Rock, he didn't lose it. John Rock did not lose the ball. Then you had Wacker Dunn, you had Paul Murphy, Bones Murphy, Keith Dunn up front, Lee Murphy in goal. Like, this serious team. It's just the way they moved the ball around the all weather, and there was this conception of Sheriff always got home draws and get Sheriff out of Dublin, out of the all weather. They're a different team, like, but they weren't like, they just stayed going and going, like.
So consistent.
Yeah, like they won 3 or 4 FAIs, was it?
At least.
And probably left.
Lost one or two.
Probably lost 1 or 2 as
yeah,
well, like.
Yeah.
Because we beat them in the 2014, we got them down in Clonmel and we beat them 1-0. Like, they were a better team than us, but what we done was just spoil the game. It was just the goal. Then Chuck scored a brilliant goal a few minutes ago. We just caught him.
We 19 then in the final in Galway,
Yeah,
but they were probably coming to the end.
they were. Yeah, it was the same
In the
thing.
final.
Yeah,
It's probably the find a lot of people wanted was a St. Well, probably not everyone, was a St. Michael's Sheriff final up in the Viva, and that's what happened. It was all planned.
Didn't COVID hit then?
It was
COVID, was that not when
was
COVID
just
started?
actually
things?
Yeah,
Put in a protest.
there was a protest in
the
against
protest.
Sheriff.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
what
it
got
was.
dragged out.
Yeah.
We had everything arranged.
Rachel.
They're running trains from here up for supporters, and
We actually played the intermediate final against
Same day.
Avondale that day, but
Was
you
it-
didn't play.
it still
Yeah,
went ahead. Yeah, was it?
You
That was on
did,
a Saturday, and our game was called off. on
Yeah,
Thursday.
you were
Thursday
called
night.
off that week. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they didn't play it for months later, obviously, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Was it months?
August,
or
21st of August. Yeah.
That's
we
right.
had
Yeah.
to scrap them. We had to finish our season then, and Johnny and Chalky put in a plan then of bringing us back into kind of and doing a different pre-season.
Right.
To
Oh,
know,
so
yeah.
That was our first game. That was like
stopped
we're
it.
leading into.
That's right. I
and
remember
it
it.
was brought then to AMDC Park in Galway then.
Yeah, with a couple of league games.
So
as well,
anyone
like 2 or
knew
3.
who signed you?
Couldn't play.
Couldn't play.
No,
Right.
it's only last year's squad. So.
Yeah. So did everybody stick around then, knowing that you had a
I think
final?
so,
or-
but Sheriff didn't.
But Sheriff lost the 2.
Lost a few, yeah.
Yeah, but they were missing the 2 floods.
Two floods. Their sister was
Their
getting
sister
married. I
was
think.
getting married,
So,
That's
yeah.
right. Oh, yeah.
But
So
one of
this
the lads, he's a winger though. He went League of Ireland.
Kevin Lynch.
Kev Lynch, yeah.
No, one Kevin Lynch. Small lad who was one of the wingers. He played with Longford and he played with someone else. I think he could be playing with Drogheda or something like that. Can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he actually went League of Ireland and gave up the.
So you ended up playing in the Aviva then in August, was it?
No, I was moved to Galway, AMDC Park.
Right.
So that's what, do you know, like, you're looking forward to playing the Aviva. Obviously, we played there in 2014, but there's just something different about playing.
Well, I didn't experience.
Yeah, you never experienced. No, look, the Aviva was brilliant. It was great, but like,
Pitch is too big, isn't it?
It's too big.
It's too big.
And
It ruins the game.
we bring a good crowd, like, wherever we go. And the difference was AMDC Park was the final whistle went and all your family and supporters are on the pitch, whereas the Aviva, they couldn't come on. Like. Now, I said it was great and it was our first FAI, but it's just something different.
Yeah, but go back to even last
too
year,
lost.
even though we lost to Newmarket, the final was played in Jackman Park.
Yeah.
Like I'd say there was 2,000 or 3,000. Like they had red, we had green,
Brilliant.
they had flares. Do you know, it was a real proper cup
close,
final.
closer
Like,
to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
video.
it was real. Like,
yeah,
it
it
was
was
real.
I
brilliant.
think
like,
what
you know.
amateur, I've said this a few times on the podcast, I think what amateur finals, don't know, obviously yous are say yes, the domestic cups, like so up in Dublin for intermediate level anyway, it's like the Charlie Cattle Cup, the Metropolitan Cup. When they played in home, like the Metropolitan Cup does be played in Home Farms pitch. You know Home Farms pitch?
Yeah.
And it's a little stand.
Yeah.
You can stand around the pitch.
yeah.
The fans are all around it. It's close knit. The pitch isn't too big, and it doesn't ruin the game. It's just like a normal game, and the game is kept flowing, and the atmosphere is great. It's nice and close. But then when you go to the Aviva or even say Tolka Park, even where Shells play, it's as you said, the fans are a little bit away.
They're
The
in
family
crowd,
are in the crowd. You don't get to
you
see
don't
that.
even know when he's there, like, 'cause
Yeah.
they're all hidden in the
Yeah,
back,
it's-
like, you know.
I think to keep it at that amateur and keep it at that nice atmosphere level, that have it in a little place like Home Farm, has a bit of a stand. People can come in and watch and have that amateur feel to it instead of a big industrial fucking stadium.
So we got out your first amateur FAI Junior win. So who did you win against?
Cleicester 2008. So we would have played 2004. As I'm saying, this was all new to Carrick, like, you know, they'd never threatened or anything like that. So 2004 was our first kind of breakthrough. We were beaten in the FAI final by Fairview, that Fairview team that won like 3 or 4 or 5 even in 7 years or something. Like, they were phenomenal. Like, we won the Munster Junior the same year and we're beaten in the Munster Senior final as well. But like, Carrick was so different, like, is we went around big piss up, like, it was all new and we're out and I missed more Mondays out of work and stuff. It was cruel, like, do you know what I mean?
Family business days. You
I still put in for today, like, do you know. But it was
locked in, yeah.
but you know, it was like the town never seen anything like this, like, so it was massive, like, you know. So we threatened and I'll never forget it. Like 2008 we won the final, but 2007 it's kind of like you have to feel the hurt. We were beaten by St. John Bosco's. They got relegated out of AUL
And
the
they
same
got
year.
to the final.
The final by
Yeah,
Cleicester.
I remember it, yeah.
They beat us 1-0 in Carrick with the only shot they had. We battered them off the field.
Big Georgian goal there, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he got a cap after it, yeah.
Yeah, after that's
Um,
right, yeah.
But in the semi-final, DB's Villa from Watford, and at the time we were beating Villa for fun, like, and we would have definitely beaten
They'd
them.
have been your main rivals, would they?
They were only like third or fourth in the league. Do you know what I mean? We would have beaten them. Like, we were always beaten. They were a decent side, but do you know, I would have put it out. Yeah. But Bosco's beat them on penalties in the semi-final, and then they ended up playing Cleicester in the final. But I think Cleicester were 3-0 up after 20 minutes or
beat
something.
them in Dalymount,
And
yeah.
it was
yeah.
the game was over. So like, go back to 2008. Then we actually ended up playing Cleicester in the final down the RSC, and we beat them 2-1 with the last minute penalty. Do you know? And I think it was the hurt from the year before drove us on to get over that line, because Watford Crystal say they won it in 2-6 or something like that, and like we in leagues and everything, like, but they always bet us. That's the where's your FAI and all that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so when he got over the line, then it was brilliant. Like, you know,
Cleicester were a dogged team, weren't they?
and they were brilliant. But they were,
Relentless.
like they had Mickey Keogh and Lacey up front, like they were just a nightmare. Like,
Centre halves.
yeah, it's
nightmare.
Ross, the centre half. Sure, like Ross is a good friend of ours. Like, he was at our weddings and stuff like that. And Ross gave away the penalty for us to win it, like, and I'd always thank him for it. Like,
Sorry, Ross.
Like Ross was saying himself, it was the most stupidest tackle. Like Darryl Cavanagh, you know, Darryl, he would play with Pats and Shamrock Rovers. He wouldn't, you know, he's a fantastic player. Like, he was only 17 playing in it, like, and he just on the end line, and he just toe poked the ball wide, and Ross just came in and just cleaned him.
Went straight into him, did he? Yeah.
Yeah, just like Darryl just kicked the ball wide, like, it was kind of halfway inside the box, like, on the end line. He just kicked the ball wide, like, just won the ball, and Ross just took him out. And there's a picture his frame just was all over Carrick. Like Alan Ryan took the penalty. Lee Murphy was in goal with Leicester at the time,
right,
and Lee went like that, and the penalty went straight down the middle, but the ball is like 6 inches over his leg. Like it's just. And I remember like that was an injury time, but Leicester had a great chance after that to make it 2-2. They actually took off Mika, I think, with 20 to go. They had a tall lad up top.
Dabo, was it?
Could have been, yeah. He wasn't a bad player now.
Yeah, Dabo good
He actually got a header at the end,
and
he put him wide, like, you know. But like,
I'm sure you would have had it covered there, Adrian. No?
Oh yeah, that's what I said. It went wide, like, you know. No point touching it. In the corner, like.
It went wide.
Yeah. You know, but no, it was brilliant. Like, great days.
What's the celebration like after that? What was it?
Sure, like it was a complete nightmare, like, because we weren't finished our league and we had a cup game or something on the Wednesday night. Like half the team didn't even turn up. Like we went there, we were beaten 2-0. Like two was like we're all just couldn't run around or not full of drink, like, and food, and you know. But it was brilliant for our town, like, because as I said, that was the first time winning FAI, like, you know.
So it was big
massive,
celebration,
like, massive, like, you know. It was. You never forget it. Like, I remember the sun was splitting the stones. I think it was around early May.
Where did you say that was played?
The RSC with Walsh United.
Right.
Yeah, and in Carrick there's actually a little kind of an old bridge, it's called, and there's 3 pubs. It's kind of like a crossroads, like, and the roads was just closed for 2 days. Like everybody was out and music.
Look at county final in the Gala, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Like, and that's the community, like, because in Dublin, you, as you said earlier on, you probably wouldn't have that, like, you know. There was like hundreds of people.
And usually they would hold the finals in Dublin mainly, wouldn't they have?
Yeah, we're only
like,
talking.
They just get pissed off at things like that if it got to a final, and they were like, did you ever feel it was an advantage for any of the Dublin teams? Or
I don't know, we were only talking about that going to the game the other day. That
well,
in 2014, my 2 finals were played in the RSC, like,
right.
And I was like, was that an advantage for us?
Yeah.
What way did it actually work? I don't know. Like,
our 2 finals were played in 2010, 2011 of Turner's Cross.
Right.
So we lost both down there, and then 2014 was the Viva.
Yeah.
So no, like, other than that, we weren't really brought up to Dublin.
So your first FAI win, was that the Sheriff one, was it?
Yeah, no, we beat Ballinanty in the final. It's actually a funny story. Ada was on about Hurt. When we lost the 2010 and you lose the 2011, and there was a big rivalry between ourselves and Pike at the time. And you're gutted, like, and I remember we went on the piss for 2 or 3 days, and the 3rd day I went home and I was renting a house just around from the parents, and myself and Jimmy Carr brought drink back, and we were starving. And I went in, the parents had a ham cooked. I went in and robbed the ham back to the house. Woke up the next morning, Jimmy Carr was on one side of the bed, the ham was in the middle, I was on the other side. And I remember saying to Jimmy, I said,
God, there was something in the middle.
I know, yeah, thank God, yeah, I know this is a bad story. But I remember saying to Jimmy, I said, how, like, will we ever win an FAI? I said, how do we go again? He goes, I said, we'll go again. He said, we'll give it a go. He says, yeah. And Jimmy goes. But that's what it was. And then I said, Johnny put in so much work, and Jason just got us over the line. And as I said, like, the Viva, then the build up to the Viva, I said there was a train put on for all the supporters. Now, it was brilliant. It was unreal, but as I said, it wasn't the same. But I said, like, we beat Ballinanty 4-0 in the final. But we kind of knew when you beat Sheriff, like, we had Sheriff in the semi-final, goes right. We have Sheriff out of Dublin. And look, it's no disrespect to Ballinanty, but it's just when we beat Sheriff, like, Sheriff are the best team in the country. Like.
Get rid of Sheriff and it's
yeah, the mind is focused then, and we beat Ballinanty 4-0, and it was just a monkey off the back. I said, it was just that relief. And I said, it was just back to the town here, and there was a big parade in, like, there was like on the piss for 3 or 4 days.
I wouldn't see that though. I don't know. The lads in Ballymun saying that they got the bus back to the towers and everything else, but there was nothing shut down. Like,
but I remember we were in one of the training sessions. I said to Darren Dunn. Darren said, "What did you do after when the FAI?" I said, "Look, we had a big parade," and he was taking the piss out of me. And I said, "What did you do?" "Oh, we just went back to the pub, clubhouse, and had a few drinks." And I said, "It's just different down the country." I said, "There's just that community."
That's what I'm saying when it goes back to what I said there. I love that feeling of it. You know, I'd love nothing more for your home. For even now, I'm still playing with English United now. Me hometown club. So they used to be Wefta. So that's who we would have grew up playing with, and instead we've started off our senior careers with, and then obviously a few of us moved on, and I'm back there now. But you'd love nothing more now to do like what you are at the down and win an FAI intermediate or a big cup and have the whole of Finglas behind you. Do you know what I mean? To experience that, because just from growing up there,
I think a lot of times in English though, half the people watching you want you to lose.
So
you have to want you to win. You have down here. I say the community is you win. That's my son. That's my grandson. That's whatever. The support's behind you, though. You know. I think Dublin's a little bit different.
And as well, I think suppose our local clubs, there's probably 4 or 5 senior teams in Finglas as well.
In a
Do you know what I mean? In a small area, so that you.
Yeah, because at the time we won in 2014, there was no other soccer club in Tip. Now there is a lot of Tipperary town in the Premier with us now. So like it was either there was a J club, there was a rugby club, and the soccer. So like everyone would go to whatever like. But that was it. Like I said, there's so amount of people that said follow St. Michael's. It's huge. Like it's huge. Like, it's great. It's great knowing that if you're going to like down to Evergreen or into Villa or up to Buncrana, like you have a big following behind you, you have a big crowd.
Helps.
It just helps. Like
you can feel it when you come in. Did you get that? I think it's like an energy you feel. Like, as soon as you walked in the gate there, it's like this is the, and walk up here. And
you just know like you're going to a tough place and you kind of have everyone behind you. Like you have your back covered. Like
I remember my first final with the club was Champions League down in Jackman Park against Jamesborough. It was like around Christmas on a Saturday night game, and we got beaten. Number 2-1 after extra time. They scored the last kick of the game. Shane Clark scored a free kick, top corner. And long story short, then we came back into the town. All the boys had gone home. Like I'm there, like ready to go out. Like there was me, John O'Brien. He was Clonmel as well. Joey Mulcahy and one of the lads around the town. There was 4 of us. Like I said, like where's everybody? Like, I know we lost, like, but it was a major final. Do you know, I thought the place would be rocking, like, and I was like, geez, this is different, like, do you know what I mean? But it's just the mindset of them, like, do you know, it's like,
it's just different.
Just different, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't even know when you win a big game, you don't get carried away. You've only won a game, you haven't won a cup. Do you know what I mean? Like, we won Evergreen, we weren't jumping around. We're there, well done. Yeah,
you know what you have to do next.
Yeah, exactly. We've not won yet. Like, do you know what I mean?
You got onto the bus with a 6 can.
I didn't know. Somebody's even gone back. I don't even drink in the bus anymore. It's a fucking disaster. Yes, you were drinking orange. I was drinking fucking zero or something.
I knew I was crippled the next day.
I was crippled in the pub. I didn't have to get up.
And you're only standing in goals, and I was hitting balls all day.
I was saying, how do you run around, lads? I was standing in goal.
So when does the likes of the internationals start coming in for you? Is it early doors? Is young, little bit touching on?
2005, you said the two was
came in together.
Same squad.
So
well, at the time, I think it was 40 or 50. There was 3 games, wasn't there?
Yeah, what happened was, so this whole Jerry was kind of changing the whole setup of kind of it was Ireland or the intermediates and the juniors together.
That's when it was starting coming.
Yeah, it was kind of starting to come together. So there was 3 games put on in. There was the one against the North.
Yeah, I played that one.
The one against Spain, and then one away to San Marino. Yeah. So like if you were brought in, you got 2 games. You either got the North in Spain or the North in San Marino. I got North in San Marino.
Yeah, we only got one. There was 6 keepers called in, so there was 2 for each game. Basically, that's the way it worked with the keepers.
But up the North, I got my debut up in the North,
yeah, so
and Chris Barber was there, David Lacey. I remember Chris Barber that day was unbelievable.
Phenomenal, wasn't he?
I never forget it. Yeah, he was just brilliant. Yeah.
I think it left an impact on everybody that kind of seen him in his pomp, and we played a bit of schoolboy with Git as well. It was with Wefter, but when you see Git as for us all, like he's like. Yeah, blow people away.
And look, when you see him first, Chris looks like he's unfit now and everything. Like he's carrying a bit, but my God, he can get around the pitch, and he was just pinging balls everywhere. Like, and this is on his debut. Like, I was there, like I could barely kick a ball. I was so nervous, like. Yeah. And Chris was flying into tackles, headers, everything.
But
like.
he never shied away. Just give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Give me the ball. Yeah.
If you didn't give me the ball, what's give me the ball? Yeah. Do you know that's the way he goes? Like, you know, there might be 10 lads around him. Give me the ball.
He said on one of the on his podcast on one of the games where I don't know whether he came on. I think he might have been struggling with injury, but I think he's getting beaten 2-0 or something like that, and he said when he came on and everything was going along, it was just I don't know whether it was yourself or Brendan O'Connell. He said, Brendan O'Connell in goal, but he just were told not to play out, and when he came on, he was like, he started running down to the keeper, throw the ball out to my feet, don't fucking kick along, just give it to me, and you start playing a little bit.
That was
more.
actually over in was Nell all over in Spain, over in Bilbao. And we were getting ran around the place.
Could have been.
We were getting ran around. We were holding on. We were getting ran around the place. And Chris came on. He just give me the ball. Give me the ball. Like.
Yeah.
You could see Smith was going to kill him. Give me the ball. Don't concede.
But it's even in training, you'd be doing passing around the back. Like, you know, it goes back into me. Like Smith's telling Lacey and the boys, just don't go into the keeper. Like, just stay off. Like, and then like it's in the game. Like it's. Kick the fucking thing, you know what I mean? What are you doing? Fucking passing around, like.
Well, as I said, it's in the melting pot. You don't want to concede.
Yeah.
I said at that level, like those teams will punish you. Like,
you said that, you struggle to get the ball at best of times. So when you get the ball back, you kind of have to keep it yourself.
Yeah, and that's so when we first came in and said we played the likes of France and Spain, like, oh my God, I said, you just cannot get the ball off. You know, like my first Regions Cup was over in France, and that was the qualifying. We didn't qualify, and I was there thinking, like, how are we going to go from even just to qualify, never mind winning the Regions Cup? And we went from there up to 2011 to get into the final over in Portugal, beaten by a very good Portugal team 2-1. So I was kind of thinking, we're getting there. Like, this is when Jerry Davis came in as well, and we're kind of playing this diamond as well, and we're kind of getting the ball around a bit more. And then I knew then when 2015 we qualified over from Hungary, beat a very good Hungary team, won all our 3 games, and I knew then that we were coming. Like, yeah. So I knew then when it was announced, then you find out then probably in around January, February, the draw is done, and then when all the teams are qualified, they kind of pick an area where to have the finals. I knew they're all in Dublin. I said, bang. Yeah. I said, this is the one. This is the one we're going to win. Like,
unbelievable achievement. Though I think I spoke with John McLaren, the manager of Finglas, a mate of mine. I think it was him. We spoke just briefly on that Regions Cup. Like, I don't think people realise, even now with players that are probably over there, only coming into it now, and don't realise that even I didn't even kind of copper on till Johnny said it to me. Wasn't that unbelievable for Ireland, and whether it's amateur or professional or anything, to be the best amateur in Europe, the best amateur team in Europe to win in the regions? Like, it's an unbelievable achievement. What happened?
You were in 2050.
No, I retired after the qualifying. As I say, I was all the way up along, qualified in Hungary, and I remember myself and Danny Lochran from Cromwell coming back, and the two of us were just there. We're just kind of chatting, and myself and Danny then just decided to call it a day. But sure, little did we know they were going to win it. Like, so that's probably a little regret you have. But
how does that conversation go, Adrian? Do you ring Jerry and say, look, that's it, I'm finished? Does he ring you? Do you want to come in?
Yeah, no, look, just, obviously he tried to talk me out of it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So look, he said, look, we'll give it now as the final, and we'll all go together, kind of a thing. Obviously, he must be thinking about it. But yeah, he tried to talk me over, and I said, look, I just felt myself, no matter what I did, I wasn't going to get in ahead of Brendan. Do you know what I mean? And I just,
you battled it out with him along.
Yeah, you were all the way along, like, and a great keeper, like, and good friends and stuff like that. I wouldn't say a bad word, like, always a 7, 8 out of 10, never made a mistake. Solid, reliable leader. Good guy. Do you know what I mean? And look, there wasn't much, but you always seem to be getting the nod. Yeah. Like, I remember going back to probably one of the lowest points I had was in Portugal was the 15, wasn't it? 13. Oh, 11, sorry.
11, yeah.
Yeah, I played 2 of the 3 qualifiers. They always changed keeper. And conceded 0 goals against Italy, 0 goals against France. Qualified. Went to Portugal, played first game against Turkey. 0-0, didn't concede. Obviously changed keeper. Brendan comes in, beats Serbia 1-0. And in fairness, Brendan played very well on the night. And then come third game, I thought I was going to get back in. That was the way it was going, like. And Brendan started, like, and I remember, like, Jerry never came to me or said, look, we're leaving you out because of this or that. Like, I was just there, like, didn't concede any to go. In any 3 games, hadn't done anything wrong. What did it happen, like, kind of a thing, like, and I remember after
tough
that,
for a keeper at an international level, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, like,
because what age would you be in then?
That was 11, so it's not, cheers.
51 or so.
Yeah, that's what, 10, 11 years ago, is it? So
yeah,
early 30s.
Yeah. So you're in a 30s there, and you're saying it still hurt you, not playing, like, and you're probably saying, like, oh, well, your experience comes, you do it for the team, but not playing at that level.
Yeah, hurt, like, but again, I didn't go to Jerry and say, why didn't you play me? Because I always like to think of myself, I'm a team player, like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's his decision. And I even, realised even more when I went into management, like, you can't pick any more than 11, like, like 18 don't go into an 11 or 22 don't go into an 18. Like, you have to make hard decisions. And I was like, look, we win this, I get a gold medal, I don't give a shit, like, at the end of the day, like, but didn't plan out that way, and then stayed around for a couple of years, but never really kind of got a feeling that I could dislodge him after that. So I just said, look, did I have it in me to go make that effort and do the extra training and stuff like that, like, so that's why really I came to the decision to call it a day at the end. But actually, it was funny then, because I got 2 caps after that. Then with the junior side, a quadrangle came around, and I was after coming up here. I was only here. First year was up actually, and as I said to you earlier, got another lease of life, and you know the buzz was there. And quadrangle only comes around every couple of years, like, so it was kind of.
And also
it's nearly just juniors. It's mostly regionals is the one you want to play in. It's the ones you go into Europe and stuff. So Jerry Davis is the manager at this stage, and he said, "Look, Brendan obviously couldn't play, like, so we don't have an experienced keeper. Will come in for that tour." So I said, "Yeah, I would." Like, so I got another 2 caps out of it, and actually ended up then playing all 4 quadranglers. You know, like I played in the Isle of Man, played in Scotland, played in Arts, and played the one in Dublin, which are in Limerick, doing that we won in 13, was it? Limerick. Yeah, 13 was it?
Did you enjoy it? The international days?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you know, as Jerry Smith always says, you'll only miss it when you're gone, and it's a true saying. Like, you know, like we had to do all the travelling and stuff, but like, you're well looked after. You're a professional footballer for when that time you were up there. You're well looked after. You won't want for anything. And then you're like, the quality of the players up there. Like, it's going from your club to that, and then you're seeing Europe. Like, we went to San Fran and stuff like that for a week. You know, like, it's amazing. Like the things you see. Like,
very good.
You know,
countries he's played in, and did you enjoy it, Paul?
I did. Yeah. Look, I said I was very lucky.
77 caps, is it?
70 caps.
70 caps.
I take 77 at the moment, yeah.
Double mine, 35. But he got a lot of
Give
caps
me
for
your
2
7.
minutes. He got more caps to say centre forward than centre back.
I did. I came on centre forward a couple of times, yeah.
Did you order plan B, were you?
I was the.
He was number 7. Squad number 7. Medium.
I remember.
He had to take you over.
They had to fly me over a jersey. We were over in Portugal, and next thing we were all given squad numbers, and
7.
I was given a 7, and next thing was a medium. I put it on. I was like this. I was like the Hulk busting out of the jersey. I said they had to fly me over a jersey then for the rest of it. But like the amount of places we went, as you said, San Fran, like Croatia, Portugal, Hungary, Italy, San Marino. Like we were blessed.
Yeah. But like,
and we're lucky because I was listening to the podcast with, I think it was Paul and Davy Keane, like. And for them lads or whatever it was coming up, like there was one game a year. It was probably Scotland. That was it. Whereas
like when we got in at the start, we used to say go up on a Thursday, fly out to Spain on a Friday, play the match on a Saturday, be piss up. Saturday night, fly home Sunday. Like, it was great. Like, we got a load of games.
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
and that's what it was. If we qualified,
if
we qualified, even Jerry pushed for a training camp. So we went out to La Manga and we went to a few other places. Just to acclimatise, like. So.
And how's things at work and everything else, kind of?
Yeah, like, look, I'm a greenkeeper, so for me the summertime is our busiest time of the year, and that's when generally the tournaments are on. So I was sometimes, or even to get off for training at the start of, it was train on a Friday at 4:00 in the AUL and train on Saturday morning. So there were sometimes I was going into work at 4:00 in the morning. Just kind of get from 4 to 10 or 4 to 11, and then it was the time of the toll, the old toll was there. So it was nearly when you got to the Red County toll. It was nearly
3 hours.
You
didn't know how long, and then another time you go straight through, and you're there for an hour in the car.
So that's what it was. Like you're going in early to kind of make up time, and you're working overtime to get off for tournaments and stuff.
Some dedication, yeah.
Yeah, and I said to Alan outside, I said I was lucky enough. Willie Crowe, I said, I had a boss there, like he was involved in sport himself, so he understood. But at the same time, like, you still had to.
Yeah,
you know, to work up the time. Like,
I was lucky enough to say I could get it off because it was family, but a lot of lads had to take their holidays. Like, do you know, they're going to Spain for 2 weeks, no family holiday. Anything like that.
You're probably still clocked in as well. The same after winning the FAI. Yeah,
they don't clock in groundworks.
But it's not a struggle on the missus and the family side for the lads, as you said, that had to take the holidays as well. 2 weeks holidays.
Yeah, sure. Look, and my wife would be the first. Like, she doesn't know football hit her in the face kind of a thing, like, you know, but she just knows that's all I want. Like, I'm not allowed to be going out in the pubs or anything like that. It's just football. So she says, look, she'll back you, you know, go do what you love, and you know what I mean, and she'll get her time as well and stuff like that. So you just kind of work around each other.
Yeah,
you know?
Very good.
Don't let car trouble slow you down. Turn to motor experts at O'Connor's Cars for fast and reliable service that gets you back on the road in no time. We all know the frustration of unexpected breakdowns. That's why their team of skilled mechanics are here to fix any issue, big or small, with precision and care. From engine tune-ups to brake repairs, transmission fixes to diagnostics, they do it all. For reliable motor vehicle repairs, call O'Connor's Cars on 01 834 0938. or contact them via Instagram or Facebook at O'Connor's Cars.
We'll talk about, Paul, your solid partnership you had with Chalky.
With
It
James.
went on
It
for
went
a
on
long
for a
time,
while,
didn't
yeah.
it? I think we obviously yous wouldn't have known us because we weren't involved in any of the international
But you
steps,
would have
but
heard
we
of
would have
Chalky and Breen.
Chalky and Breen, and that's what you would have heard of, and especially any of the lads that would have probably got called up and seniors on names all the time. It was always used to in the
Yeah, and I suppose,
paper.
look, the thing was,
Good that you had a club relationship.
yeah,
as well,
that's
I
what it
suppose.
was. Like I said, we had a very good club relationship, and I suppose it was easy for Smith to kind of pick two lads that know each other in and out, know each other so well. But I said, like, there's a lot of times I was out of the team. There was either Paul McKay was in there, or Ross got in there a few times.
Oli Murray was there.
Yeah, when Chalky left in, it was myself and Oli Murray for the Regions Cup finals. But look, I said, it's a hard one to call. Like, kind of Jerry, there's this thing of once you're in there, you can't get out of it. Like, but I worked my bollies off.
Yeah.
I worked like for trainings or for
We'd
tournaments.
often be talking, going up in the
Yeah,
car.
we
like,
thought like
you know, like Monday to Friday, Dites, immaculate, like, extra bit of training, and then like every time we used to go up and get weighed Saturday morning,
Yeah.
two of us when these like Saturday morning go up in the
you'd
car,
be getting weighed in.
get
every
weighed
Saturday
in, out
morning,
there,
yeah.
a cup of tea, a couple of biscuits, trying to get through the session.
Yeah.
Then you get your meal in there you well. Then down to junction 14 and be freaking roll. Do the dog and then grip the food in like,
But
and
the
then Dites
training,
again.
when I be talking, like
Start Monday,
the training we used to do leading into tournaments.
Yeah.
Like I remember the Regions Cup. There was a gym. It was 5 kilometers away. I used to run to the gym to do a spinning session. So I used to leave at 6 o'clock to be in the gym for 6:30, do the spinning session and get left home then for 3 months leading up to the tournament.
Jesus.
That's what I
That's what you put in.
That's what people didn't see.
outside,
And people
yeah.
saying, "Oh yeah, why he's in that?" But like I said, like we
But
Yeah.
like, to say when you get in, it's hard to get out. But like, he's not going to keep picking you by your performance.
Exactly.
Do you know,
Yeah.
he's not going to look like a fool, Ash.
And in fairness, Jerry did say, didn't he, when we spoke to him, I don't know if he's listened to his podcast, but he did say, look, if someone's not performing, there's someone else is performing around the corner,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
going to get picked.
Junior Player of the Year, you know, and was it 2013, was it?
2013 or 14, you won it.
12.
12 was it?
Yeah.
Do you win it before me?
It was,
It
yeah.
is, yeah.
Did ya?
Don't
I'm
just
older
got
than
it,
you.
yeah.
I'm older than this, so you have to
Oh,
get 3
right,
for you.
You have a story for us at that when you were getting your award, don't you, Adrian? You
No,
were
it's
telling me?
the caps, yeah.
Oh,
so
the caps, was it?
We're in Italy and came to the last game. We had to beat Scotland by 4 goals or something, and we had to hope England drew with Italy. And lo and behold, that's the way it planned out. But I played the second game against Italy and dropped first goal. Ball came in, dropped it, man, tapped it in. It ended up being a 2-2 draw. So, you know, the usual, everyone is buzzing the whole lot. So the minute you get back to the hotel, straight to the bar, a couple of drinks and whatever. Like, so, like, this is unusual now. He called us all into a room and all the FAI heads were there, and he was presenting the caps. And sure, I was, you know, after
Big
3 or
giddy.
4, yeah, big giddy. Like he tell you more. So he's always giddy, a few drinks in me, you know. So for the couple of days after making a mistake, like, you're kind of, don't catch Jerry's eye now, do you know what I mean? He's going to have a word with you or whatever. Like, so I was walking up and I was walking up along anyway, and next minute Jerry goes, hey, do you know? So everybody starts laughing anyway, so he shaking my hand anyway, so put out my hand, shook his hand, and I put my leg behind him, and I threw him down over my leg onto the ground.
You were all watching
And
this.
then I was
was
"Hey!" And nobody
laughed. Nobody laughed.
You were quiet.
I was like, because Adrian's never going to be captain.
Everybody,
He's gone.
Christ, look, nice meeting you, and the whole lot. Like.
You could just see Jerry's.
I took it well, yeah, just to say, I was telling Alan after, like, we ended up playing tennis together after Joe and other trips away and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But like, it was just
That's something you
priceless.
do.
No,
yeah,
it's-
that's something.
Everybody was laughing when he went, "Hey," and then like when I threw him down, nobody laughed. Oh, Jesus.
Snakes, what?
They're shoot me now. Gonna be
Brilliant. Stop. So we enter into, say, after the juniors then, and when you are kind of done, you are just fixated just on club football then, and that's it, heads down again. And
Yeah.
How long you finished, Paul, with them?
So 2015,
Since Jerry left.
since Jerry left, yeah, doesn't pick me anymore. Which Jerry now?
Which Jerry, yeah.
Yeah, 2015. Then they split up the regions.
qualified,
So
yeah.
we were put out Munster, and Munster were paired with Connacht.
What do you think of that, Rio?
Like like, it's stupid. I said, you know, like I said, we worked so hard to get to where we were. Like I said, if you look back and how many teams have won a gold medal, I think Brian Kerr's team, is it?
I don't even think they won. Did they
Did
win?
they
I
win?
don't think they
16
came second.
won.
Third.
The
Third.
16, like there's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
in the FAI, our Irish team, there's probably only 2 gold medals.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we worked so from like not being able to get a kick off a ball to winning a Regions Cup, like. And
I actually got tries for the under 16 team. I got to the Ireland thing, and got to the last 2 keepers. So then they bring over the lads from England, and it was Joe Murphy, who played international with the seniors, and Dan O'Connor. Like, these lads they couldn't come in here, like, they're 6 foot, like, and I'm just a small little boy, like, you know, didn't know anything about international football, like, you know. So, but I remember mother, I said, there's some lad rang you, Brian Kerr or something, you know, on the phone to come training, or what I would know, you know, anyone, like, you know, it's funny, like, when you think of it, but like, it's nice to say, look, I got,
we were there,
you know, I was thereabouts and that, like, you know.
But
so it was after that. I said we won. We were split up. So Munster paired with Connacht and Leinster with Ulster, and we beat Leinster up there in the playoffs 1-0, and then we kind of got together then for the next Regions Cup. And I just we were training down in Limerick, and I said I had a baby on the way and stuff, and work was busy, and I just, like 10 years after, I said I had enough.
Did it feel different even compared to not being with the whole of the country?
Like Jerry was already there. Jerry Davis was already there as a coach, like, and he was a very good coach. So like I knew Jerry inside out as it was. But it was just, I just felt, I said, look, I've done it all. I've won the quadrangular, I've won the Regions Cup. I said, do I need, you know, I said, it's just time to go, like. And I rang him, and like, in fairness, Ado says, when you're gone, you'd miss it. And at the time, I was fine with it. But probably then when I seen the like, there was Jimmy. Yeah, when it just settled, like Jimmy Kerr was still going up to the Irish team. Higgy was going up, and you kind of like,
he's still in the. Did he get it? Was he still in the squad as well? Is Jimmy Kerr in the recent? Squad
Jimmy,
to call up?
Jimmy was, But like, you'd miss it when it's gone. But like, you wouldn't miss the travelling and stuff. That was the worst thing of it. That commitment. But look, I can't complain. I said I done enough.
Was there any offers from League of Ireland or anything?
I had a couple of opportunities to go to Waterford. I suppose when I was younger, when I was so young, breaking into the Kerry team, I was going well at that. I think I was 16 or 17. They approached me to sign, but again, there was no schoolboys, 13s, 15s, the way it is now. I think it was reserve football or something. But I remember, like, I trained for a couple of years with Waterford United when I was that age. There was a lad from Kerry, Kevin Kelly was his name, playing, and then later Paul Scully from Clonmel. They used to bring me up and down training, and I did a bit with Kilkenny City as well when they were there, but like, it was kind of the Waterford lads were Kilkenny City. They were kind of swapping over and back, like. So I got a good bit of coaching in the League of Ireland. Tommy Lynch was the manager, and remember at the time there was the Premiership clubs and the English clubs were coming over for pre-season friendlies, and I was training with him. I remember he rang me when we're playing Bolton Wanderers. Do you want to come down? They didn't really have a sub keeper, like. I was 15, 16 maybe. I said, I'll go down, do you know what I mean? And sit on the bench, whatever, like 20 minutes left. Well, do you want to come in? Like, do you know what I mean? I was like, fucking hell, Peter Beardsley was playing with ball and all this. Like, I said, sure, no, that is just actually, you wouldn't think anymore. Just run on there.
No fear.
Yeah, no fear. Like, so after the game, I said, look, we want to sign you, like, do you know. So probably wasn't the right time. And then one of the regions again was coming in. I remember, must have been late 20s or something, and Paul O'Brien was the manager. I met him actually for talks and stuff in Waterford, and it was like that. I just didn't feel it. Do you know what I mean? It was just something about junior football. I just, like, do you know, again, I could sign there and be on the bench all year or something like that, or not get a look in.
Being an international as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have to do that.
You have to remember, like, back when 15 years ago, League of Ireland was a mess.
Yeah,
like, it was all over the place. Like,
struggling at the time.
The word, like, the money wasn't there, and it was in a mess, like. And as he said, like, the international setup was actually a better standard.
Of course, yeah.
And you're kind of, like I said, you're going to different countries and stuff. So
did you have any opportunities yourself?
Yeah, like, I was down with Waterford training. I was with Cork City, Limerick, Eddie Gormley from Breen. You know, you get all these phone calls, like. But I never took the step, because I said, look, I was happy with St. Michael's, and I said, I actually wanted to win an FAI Junior Cup. And I said, as Ado said, like, the standard wasn't great at the time. The money wasn't great. I said, you're taking time off work. You're probably actually losing.
Travel the country.
Yeah, you're traveling. You're probably like, I mean, it was first division, like.
We were lucky because we were playing with big clubs. We were always going to challenge to win a league, if not a Munster or an FAI. Do you know what I mean? And then we had the international thing that, you know, you kind of go in blocks for 2 or 3 months that you get the head down and do it right. But then if you had a wedding, like that, you still had your life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You go League of Ireland's.
You don't.
You know,
But I trained with Waterford actually, and we met then in a hotel to sign. And he said, I want to pair you up. There's a young fella coming in called Chris Shields, centre half. And I said, all right. I said, I
With
don't
Bray,
know.
was it this?
With Waterford.
Waterford, right.
I said, no, I don't know him. And actually Chris Shields then went on to win Captain 90's career.
With Dundalk.
Yeah. Seriously, he actually went into the centre mid. So, you know, I said, you'd wonder, all right, if you took the step, like, where you know, would you have...
But if you thought travelling up and down every couple of months was dedication, travelling around the country every weekend.
I said, like, and the first division, then you're going up to Finn Harps and all these places, and you could get a pasting on a Friday night, whatever it is. Next thing you be back down for work then the following morning.
You get home at 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, it's tough. So no, it wasn't for me anyway.
So we're happy enough to the junior football. So chasing a third one this year now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Third FAI, third FAI.
Third FAI, I suppose we're in the quarter-final stage now. No easy game. You know, just take Villa next. Don't even look in behind it, even though the semi-final draw is made. Just take Villa, concentrate on that. But we've league game tomorrow, then we have a Munster semi-final the following week against Avenue. So then we'll concentrate on the FAI then the week after. You know, so
great to see us are still challenging for all these years. You know, like I'm sure, obviously with you being here, Paul, through your whole career, like if he's always been challenging, always in semi-finals, finals. Touching for the league, close in the league.
Yeah, we've always been there. Like it's probably the club's most successful spell in the last 15 years. Like we've been in, as I said, I've lost 3 FAI finals. I've won 2. I've won 5 Munster Junior Cups and lost probably another 3. So we've always been there. I was like, and it probably, as I said, I went back to Johnny Cremens. Like it started from there. Like the standard was set from Johnny, and it went through the whole club. Went to the players, I went to the committee. I said, look, we set up to split the pot there, and I said we're free debt there for the last 4 or 5 years. So
brilliant,
very good. Yeah,
that's where we are at the moment.
What shape is the team in? Is there young lads coming through? Is it a nice mix, or is it an Asian team?
So probably last year.
I hope you don't have any other 40-year olds.
42.
He's over 30.
Yeah, 43.
Michael's over 35, is it?
And that's what we always said. Yeah, this is Michael's over 35's team.
there was a good mixture there now.
There was, yeah. Last year was probably we're going through a bit of the change, I suppose.
Rebuild.
Yeah.
But a lot of people go, St. Michael's are aging. But like if you go through our team, like DJ is 23, 24. Who else? Do you know, Mikey Nash is young. Ed is mid-20s. Shane Ryan, mid-20s. Joe Russell is 30.
Yeah. But I used to laugh when I was playing with Chalky. Chalky was 30, whatever it was, 34. And people used to be shouting, go on, you dinosaur. I know people are calling me the dinosaur now. Jesus. But that's what, last year people thought, St. Michael's finished. And we actually got an FAI Junior Cup with we're kind of an older squad with a few younger lads. Like, the back line.
But I keep saying to you, like, right, we're old. I'm playing a goal, you're playing so that. It's not as if you have to run around for 10 kilometres during the game. We're playing in positions.
It's more static positions.
Yeah, you know, we get away with it, obviously. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to be playing. We're playing centre forward. We wouldn't be playing at this level, like, do you know.
Probably it's more agility than on your behalf than kind of be able to get across the goal, get down.
Yeah, it's a small little bus. Do you know what I mean? Sharp little feet and stuff like that. You know, as I say, don't have to be running around the fields.
And I was gonna ask Paul. Does he still have it though? Does he?
Oh, he does. Yeah.
He still has to be nice in this. Behind me back now, I don't know.
Right.
I know we help each other out, like, as the saying is, not many balls beat Paul, when it does is, hey, no, it's not.
He's calling
me, like.
As you see, St. Michael's is a big pitch, and the ball comes over the top, and there's a fast fellow for them. Hey, no, come out.
I said, I don't hear you, but he's just calling me anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just an automatic thing.
Yeah. No, we keep each other going.
Brilliant.
Happy days, yeah. So it's good
Long
to see
may it
us.
last.
Yeah, long may it last. Good to see us have a great friendship all these years from not playing with each other, and now that you're down with Michael's over the last 7-8 years, you still have that that bond then.
Like
friendship
outside.
outside. It's good to see.
Like, it's the friendships you make is what you last kind of. You know, you can have all your medals you want, like, but I'll be friends with him for the rest of my life. And you know, and lads with Carrick, you know, I still have good friends down there, and you know, a good friend of ours, Chris Higgins, he finished up with the club last year. Like, we're constantly talking to him. Do you know what I mean?
So it could be a possibility of teams coming in as manager and winning FAI together with Michaels now. So
We'll see.
Maybe down the line.
Yeah. We'll focus on this year first.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows? Right, fair play, lads. We'll skip into a few questions if you don't mind, yeah?
Yeah.
You alright with that? Who wants to go first?
Go on, Edo.
Go on there. You could be thinking it all.
The elder statesman.
Right, Nelson struggles a couple of times with
100%. There's one question there that I want to avoid.
Yeah, well,
The old stutter comes back in.
yeah. Right, Ado, we'll start with yourself. If you have any regrets?
Yeah, I think I touched on it earlier. I suppose the Regents not having the gold medal. I see the lads in the pictures gold medals. Knowing I've done the majority of the time they have, bar one tournament, so that's probably a little regret. But like it's only a small one. Do you know what I mean? At the time, it didn't feel right, so you have to kind of go to like
100%, because you could have went through that and not enjoyed it, and
yeah, exactly, yeah.
and then would have felt part of it.
Might have been a bigger regret.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, but no,
Could have conceded a goal in the final, and
look, bar that. Look, since I'm playing, I'm nearly 43, still playing. I've won nearly everything.
Yeah, it's
else.
enough for
Do
you.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Paul, we going to you?
I should have played that hurling match back. I actually don't. I know. It's probably the answer you don't want to hear. I don't, because I'm still 40. I'm still playing. I've given it everything. Like, I've won junior cups. I've won most of the junior cups.
But I just say, even though I just said it, like, we're probably disappointed we didn't win more. That's just
Yeah,
mentality.
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
like,
But
Look, that's more or less out of your control, though, because it was a team effort.
yeah,
No, like,
you know, like you saying we've lost big games and stuff. Like, we should have won that, like,
Yeah.
or something. You know, we should. Like, as I
Yeah,
say,
but I
we had
fi-
one FAI and then we should have.
But
more,
I
and we
find
got
that,
two, but
like,
I'm
if
just
I-
saying now, I should have 3. You know, it's-
if I had won the FAI Junior Cup last year, I probably would have retired. Like,
Right.
sometimes
Yeah.
I use losses to kind of drive
Yeah,
you on.
very
Going
good.
to keep
Yeah,
me
yeah,
a bit
yeah.
young,
like,
you know.
in
Yeah.
2014, 2014 we won everything, and next thing you're there, you've nothing to drive you on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a loss just to kind of push you, like, to kind of get you going again, like,
yeah.
just get the blood pumping for following you.
Daz played for Sheriff, and he did. Was it Daz or was it Anto Kavanagh that said it about it? It was either one of them that said it in one of the podcasts that after they done, like, say they won the 4
Yeah,
won the 4 in a row, and then won it again in a row, and then after it was a bit like,
yeah.
yeah.
you have to go for this again.
You have to do
How
that.
do you
yeah,
how do you
yeah.
book yourself up
Yeah.
to go and
Oh,
try
yeah.
and
'Cause
challenge
you've won it,
again?
like, yeah,
As soon
sometimes
as you
just,
got off
ju-
chasing, then
yeah,
then
sometimes
yeah,
you are,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it just gives you
Can't beat
something to
hunger.
focus on,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly,
as
yeah.
you said, you take that loss and you turn it into,
Yeah.
like, I need to win this now. Next.
Yeah.
Best player you played with, Adrian?
I'll mention a couple. I'll always say Paul Breen. You know, I
Because
think
he's here.
Yeah.
no. Just even respect I had when I was playing against him. Like, you know, he's just a monster. Like, it's probably the one player I'd say could have played definitely at a higher level. You know, if not League of Ireland, England, I'm talking, like, you know. I would mention a lad from Carrick, Anthony O'Donnell, centre half as well. Not your typical centre half, as in he's not the big 6 foot, but read the game, monster in the air for a lad that's probably 5'10". You know, very unlucky not to get a cap in my eyes. You know, but again, look, you're up against Chalky, probably the strongest part of an international team, and I would say Jimmy Carr as well, just match winner. Just, you know, the influence he has on the game is frightening. Like, he's won more games in the last couple of years when I see him week in, week out. Brilliant player.
Paul.
Adrian, I'm not picking you.
I'm only
joking, I'm only
We're
joking.
saying the best goalkeeper.
It's a hard one to call. Like I've played with so many great players, like Adrian, even on the international team. Like, you've Brendan O'Connell, you've Ken Howie, like David Lacey, like all these fellas. But the two best players, I have to mention two, because like two different eras. Davy Ryan would have been one. Play for St. Michael's, brilliant player. Had long hairs, like David Ginola, the best hair in the country. Like, but he was just had it all. Like, he could header the ball, he was good with his feet. And then obviously with what Ado said, Jimmy Carr, he's unbelievable. Like, people just come here to watch Jimmy Carr.
Really, yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they just pay here to come watch him. Like,
Right.
I said, like, the amount of games he's won on his own for us.
Oh, yeah.
I said, we know we're going to be a solid, whatever, and Jimmy just 1-0 back.
Like, single-handedly,
Just
like,
sing, like,
or
just
like
stuff, like,
poaching
he-
goals, or just
No,
like,
but it's just
take
like
the
you
game.
can see
Create
just
as well.
create
Oh,
like himself.
yeah.
It's not like
He
just
gets
a box in the
double
box.
teamed
He
and
just
stuff like that. You know what I mean?
just-
He no containing them, yeah.
just not like he could take on 2 or 3 players and then just bang,
Yeah.
just outrageous.
Turns it on.
Yeah, he just turns it on, like, and he's just like, he's still going it. He's only 33, but he feels like he's around.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name seems to be
It's
around.
around, yeah.
Yeah, so
around
they,
the
like,
long
for
run.
me-
He only looks about 19.
Let's even go back. I said, like, and there's Higgy as well, like Chris Higgins as well, and Paul Tobin, all these lads. But for two, Davy Ryan and Jimmy Carr. Yeah.
Mm. Best manager. Yourself at Carrick.
Yeah, I mean, no, manager. You'd have to say Jerry Smith, some of that. He was a proper manager. He's kind of different from club. If the club manager you're having a laugh with, you can take the piss out or whatever, and it's over and back. With Jerry, he was just like, yeah, I need to be careful here now and stuff like that. Well, Bar, yeah. Need to be careful. Yeah.
Don't the total upset.
Don't make eye contact.
He had us well drilled.
I think you have to be that sort of person.
You want to
be an international manager.
Yeah.
Jerry. Yeah.
And Chalky's good. Like Johnny Cremens is, I'd say, probably the best coach. The current manager, St. Michael's, definitely the best coach. Like, do you know what I mean? Again, he's good. He's a good manager as well. Like so.
This is hard. Like going back to Jerry Smith, the Irish team. Jerry, look, from where he took the Irish setup, like to win a Regions Cup, and Zero says like Jerry he always kept you on the outside. You never knew where you stood with Jerry, but you pushed him, he pushed you. As I said to you, like he mentioned me, whatever in the podcast. I said I didn't even think he liked me. But he said, but that's the way he dealt with players, because he couldn't have a relationship with players because he had to. Like he just because he decisions.
Yeah, because I remember like it's not often you get a compliment off Jerry. Like, but I remember having a coffee with him down in Limerick after the Scotland game, and I won Player of the Year the year before. And it's your typical reporters, and he shouldn't have won it, and he's useless, and the other lad should be in goal, and the typical. And I actually had to play well against Scotland. We won 3-0 the first game, and we ended up winning. And he said, "I'm absolutely delighted how you performed and justified your selection." So, John, it's not normally you get that from Jerry.
Nice to hear.
Yeah, it was nice to hear. Like,
so it would have been Jerry on the international setup, and then obviously look, I had Johnny Cremens was a huge driving force behind St. Michael's and getting us where we were. Then I had Jason Purcell 2014, then Chalky managers 2019. So he as a manager, like we won a Munster Junior Cup and an FAI with Chalky. So it's hard to call. Like they all came at the right time. They all came in different years. But like as Edo said, Johnny is more like, I know he's a manager, but like Johnny was probably the best coach. So probably. I'll just say those three, right? Just leave it at that.
You bounce at the next question here. Best club.
Well, it's easy for me. St. Michael's, St. Michael's.
Look, as I said, I wouldn't. For me, the two best clubs in the country, like Carrick, were as big as St. Michael's for that 10-15 year period that we had as well.
They had a spell.
Winning everything. Do you know what I mean? And they coached me. They brought me up. And this club, I suppose, it's just geared for winning FAIs and Munsters. Well, Carrick is at a bigger scale. Carrick have maybe 4 or 5 adult teams. This is just a junior and a B team, and it's A team gets everything. Do you know what I mean? It's just they'll do what they want and what they can to win an FAI or whatever. Like so, I couldn't pick. Like, do you know what I mean?
Obviously,
for me, St. Michael's.
No brainer. Yeah. Your best friend in football.
Christopher Higgins, without a doubt. Yeah, so no, Higgy and myself have been together since we were 14, either playing GA against each other or soccer.
And then in the international.
And then international, yeah. So we roomed together and stuff. So yeah,
you play for Michael's.
Higgy, Higgy only said he only left last season. Yeah, he was probably here a year. He played youth with St. Michael. So he probably would have been here the longest.
Was he with Carrick? No, who was he with before? Or did he play St. Michael's?
No, he was always. He was from Bantry.
Yeah,
so but he played
5 minutes
underage with St. Michael's and youth, and then up along, and he kind of left last season. Then so he's still playing. He's playing with care. So yeah, Chris Higgins.
Yeah, I would say he's a good friend of mine, David Walsh. We from Carrick. I kind of basically grew up in his house in Carrick, because I was down there. All my weekends were down there because I was playing schoolboys, youths. So there's no point coming home to Clonmel or whatever. So I spent a lot of time in his house. So he didn't really play himself. He got a bad injury when he was young, when he was back and stuff like that. But like he did a lot for me. He'd be glad coming over, coaching, kicking balls at me and stuff like that. He's involved at Piltown now. Very good. But yeah, he'd be glad to talk football most.
Let's go. Hardest player you played against?
This will be an intriguing one here.
2 for me. Shane Clark plays with Janesborough and Pike. He's with Pike now, isn't he? Yeah. So he would have played on the international setup. He would have been a quadrangular with Shane. Shane was like, he was strong and quick. He'd always score goals. For some reason, he always scored against St. Michael. Could never keep him stop from scoring. The other would have been John Rock. John was just, the more he loved it. The more you gave him. And I met him after the Hardwick game, back in the pub Glyn's, I think it was. And he was slagging away, like, no way, John. Trying to get a rise.
John is the same on the pitch as he is off the pitch.
Remember I gave the elbow into the face. Remember I gave the elbow into the face. But he was, but like John, like on that all weather, you could not get the ball in front, and you could kick him and kick him.
Just in the balls in the league, kicks the ball and you're staying there. You could see the corner of your eye.
He does. Yeah. Because if I was coming ahead on ball later, like I'd roar, I come like 20, 30 yards, and he just he cornered it, and he just like that or hit you, whatever.
And it's like he's bolted to the ground, isn't he?
You couldn't move him, yeah.
He got no times he got away with it as well. The ref
he did. He was clever, he was clever, but like, like on the pitch he was tough, but outside it he was, as you said, he was the very same. Like there was no difference with John. Like, but yeah, Shane Clark and John Rock.
I didn't really have one.
As a keeper, it's a bit different.
Yeah, it's a bit different. Yeah. Like,
anyone that could have scored a good bit against
yeah,
you?
just one lad that comes to the top of my head. It was a small lad actually playing with a club just called St. Saviour's. Stevie Dalton was his name. Just always seemed to score. Do you know, he wouldn't do anything for the whole game, but just score a goal. Do you know, he was just a finisher. Like, he was the kind of a lad that seemed to score nearly every game or whatever. Like, do you know.
Your favourite memory?
Same again too. 2014 FAI Junior Cup final was the first one, and the 2015 Regions Cup. Those two, brilliant.
Did you have a good session with the boys after the Regions
Cup? The Regions Cup. Yeah, we ended up back in Naas or something.
Yeah, James told us that was a weird one.
It was the strangest thing, because we were staying in City West, and all our family and everything were out, and we just got taxis and left. We just all went to Naas, and I don't know why we done it. It was just because I said we were stuck in the hotel for so long. We just wanted to get away.
Get out of there, yeah.
But yeah, we had a right piss up, yeah. And even came back to Tipton and went on the piss again. I was going to text her, you coming home or what?
I was on holidays.
I'm still in City West.
Gone into extra time.
2008 Junior Cup with Carrick. I was saying it was first time.
That was your first one?
Yeah, first time.
That was your first one as well, the 14?
Yeah.
That one just because we're winning and we're coming, and it's just brilliant for the town. And I suppose first cap world as well. I suppose good honour, nobody could take that away from you. Do you know what I mean? So
I'd say Jerry Smith would have took it away if he had to sweep in his feet.
He had to keep picking me. He was afraid of me then.
Players that didn't fulfil their potential.
One lad, Paul would know him, from Clonmel, Adam McSherry, quality player, centre forward, big, strong lads. He had a shot, would take the head off you. Just unbelievable player. Like, he played with us for Carrick for a couple of years. He actually got a move to Waterford, but I'd say he was gone out of Waterford after 5 or 6 months. But I think Middlesbrough wanted to sign him when he was 15 or 16 or something like that, and I don't know, he didn't go because he had a girlfriend or something like that. He ended up marrying the girl, but he's like, talent wise, I think he's without doubt. No, he could have been the best player around. Like, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was a great player. Probably just the hard one. Timmy Kiley, I'd say. Jagger down there might know Timmy. Timmy was schooled by International always up along, was over in Celtic. Kind of came back here, had a season or two of those, kind of just filtered away. Like, he was just, one of these players goes, right, he's definitely going to go either to England or Scotland, whatever it was. And I remember Johnny Cremens telling me a story. He was to sign for Celtic, but the rule for Celtic was that all the school boys had to wear black boots. They couldn't wear colour boots, had to be black boots. And Timmy goes, I'm not signing. Johnny goes, what? I'm not signing. He goes, I only wear white boots. He goes, get over there and sign that fucking sign now. But that was just, Timmy just, I said, like, he'd loads of bags of talent. I said, came back here, I said, had a season with us in 2010, and then kind of just, I don't know where, if he's still playing. I think he kind of moved down to Fermoy or something. Same with the girl. Found the girl and moved away.
Yeah, it happens, doesn't it, when player we spoke about a few times that comes back from England.
But sometimes, if they get it too young, I said the hunger isn't there then, like, they get too much too soon.
And they fall back into it, and it's not, the setups aren't that as good that they're at probably being exposed to, or the hurt of not making it as a professional footballer. And
there's a lot of embarrassment with it as well, because I'm sure when they go away, that everyone's going to think, yeah, he's going to make it, he's going that. And then about a couple of weeks later, or a couple of months later, or whatever it is, you're back in town, and it's like, oh, what happened? You explain yourself to about 30, 40 people. And it's just kind of the embarrassment.
Yeah, they're probably looking at, and people on the inside, they're probably thinking, I think so. I wasn't good enough to make it over there. And we know a few people that kind of came back from England, from Dublin, and played with us even at Wefton, and just, don't know, just stopped. You know what I mean? Just, I'm not playing junior football. And I'm not in a cocky way. Yeah. I think Gip Barber touched on it as well, and I think he sounded like he was scared and hurt. That
Chris was over in Sheffield, was it?
Sheffield, yeah, and he never took amateur football serious, and it's a massive regret of his now. Even now, still we keep in contact with him a lot now, more so than I ever been, because we touch base with him with the podcast, and he still talks about saying, I just still wish I had have took that extra serious. Right, Adrian, your best 11.
I'm just going to keep it to club level, because I suppose they're the lads you play in, week out. I suppose I put myself in goal, I suppose. Be number one, I suppose, down through my career. So, go Chris Higgins, right back. Go Paul Breen, Anthony O'Donnell from Carrick. 2 centre halves. For me, as I said, 2 of the best players I've played with. Like, left full, I would go John Walsh, the lad I was on about, was referee now. Again, this lad now, just warrior. Joe, he's like our mentality, the Higgies, the lads he'll go through. He's granny, to win a ball and stuff like that. He's just great character. Like, again, a lad that's as thick as a ditch, like, do you know what I mean? But great crack to have in the dressing. One of the best lads I've ever had in the dressing.
He's going to love this, isn't he?
I'll bring that back to Dublin.
He's gone into the Aircom League refereeing, is it?
He's brilliant. Like, he's just an out character. So that'd be me back 4. I would go into midfield. I would go Wayne Fitzgerald in the middle.
Played with Carrick, didn't he?
Carrick, he was the FAI captain.
A few caps,
yeah.
That's right,
Played League of Ireland with Waterford again, warrior.
Remember
could play, score goals. He ended up playing centre half for the last year or two. I think even when we won the Munster Senior Cup, he was actually playing centre half. He'd be 1. I would go Jimmy Carr, one side. I would go Keith Welsh. Small lad, 5'5", 6, little winger, brilliant in the air again, but engine up and down, right flank. Paul had known well. Great player, score goals, engine. Who would I play in the middle with Wayne? Now would be trying to think. Jeez, top of my head on it. Can't think now, top of my head.
Should have texted you this the other
day.
Yeah,
I should have.
I was just thinking about this.
Yeah, like
the boys have to go back to Dublin now.
I suppose then up front I'd go Thomas Fitzgerald. Would have got capped a couple of times as well. Stocky, Wayne's brother actually. Just score goals for fun. Like, he's an Alan Shearer kind of number 9. Just old school, yeah. Just diving headers, He kicked the keeper. He scored from 30 yards. He could run with the ball. For me, best centre forward player in club level easily. Who else now? Jeez, I'm trying to think of the Carrick team now. I'm blank now, lads.
If you listen to the podcast to the end, you probably would have known that we do a best 11.
I knew it was I have mine in there.
You wanted the questions when you think it takes them out.
Someone had it written down. Who had it written down?
David Lacey, yeah.
David Lacey put it down. It was like all crunched up. It was like,
I think he's married now with the phone.
We'll leave you with it.
Yeah.
We'll leave it with it, and we'll get back to you. And look, if we don't get it before the end of the podcast, you can text it to us. And a few people have stumbled at this blog as well, don't worry.
So many players, but you can't even get one come to your head though. It's mad.
I'm the same, so I just keep it to club level as well.
Yeah.
I have to mention the keeper, my own brother anyway, Derek Flipper. We played together everywhere, Dundrum, Cashel, Peakvilla.
Even here with Michaels as well.
Yeah, he's actually he left. He retired a couple of years ago, but he actually came back this season.
So when
with
he
Adrian.
first choice keeper here before?
He was, back in the early
that's
days.
when you were
he
ringing
was,
Adrian to
yeah,
get on,
yeah. Well, he went playing GA. So, no, but it's good. It's good. Like if you see the two of them, like Derek is 42, is he?
He's older than me,
He was
actually.
older, sorry, yeah.
43, he's 43.
43, yeah, but
The first
like,
three
if you
days,
see the
that's-
two of them pushing each other on train, like it's brilliant, you know, and you can see the way that's
he's-
how.
Give him a mention as well because he's a really club man too. Like, and even though he's not playing, he wants to play. Do you know what I mean? And he won't let me away with me being number one. Do you know what I mean? He said, "I want to play." Like, do you know what I mean? So he does push me.
So we were like Roland and Frank de Boer. We went everywhere together, yeah. So no, look, seriously, Adrian's number one in the goals. Right back would be Chris Higgins. Said cap for Ireland. St. Michael's brilliant player. Two, I'm not in the team actually, by the way. Two centre halves would be obviously James Walsh, James Chalky. I said most cap player for Ireland. Said St. Michael's legend. He was the captain when we won 2014, manager when we won 2019. Said probably the best, centre half I play beside. He's on the committee. He's living in Carlow at the moment, but I think he's moving back to in the area somewhere, so he might come back involved.
He'll be the manager next year.
Yeah, probably the manager next year. Well, I'm definitely gone. So, so the other centre half would be Chucka, Brian Buckley. Brian Buckley came in 2014 with Jason Purcell and Stewie. So Chucka would have won, I think, 3 or 4 FAIs with Fairview Rangers, would have caught cap for Ireland as well. So he's the other centre half. Left full would be Paul Tobin. Paul Tobin, probably the toughest defender I ever came across. Great player, great club man. His dad actually won the Junior Cup in '74. He played in Jimmy, was it? Jimmy, we played 74. I think he did, innit? He's still
Yeah,
like
very
he's
good.
still
That's
the
brilliant.
kit man here.
Isn't
Like
it great-
yeah,
great to
Jimmy,
see, isn't it?
Jimmy's still there, so that's what
We've
Paul
often
left full.
spoke about that, haven't we? About how important the likes of Kit Man and
Man over there, yeah.
Jaguar, yeah.
Jaguar
yeah.
out there, you know, like
Yeah.
these people that are in the clubs,
Yeah.
that's so important.
Yeah,
that you
but they're
build
like they're the
great
names
relationships
synonymous with St. Michael's is the Tobins, the Cremens, all these players, all the Flynns, and like Paul would have been when he won the Junior Cup in 2014. Jimmy was actually the kit man as well.
Yeah.
So it's great to see back in the stadium. They fight the two of them hugging like it's something I
Share
always wanted.
the
Yeah.
moment together, yeah.
Yeah, so
Unbelievable,
Paul would have been left full. So in 4-2-3-1, so 2 would be, he's actually centre half, but if I don't put him in, he'll kill me. Sean Gearns. He was actually centre half with me when we won the 2019 FAI Junior Cup final. He went to Treaty United then. He's actually signed back this year. So he's with Treaty United for the last 2 or 3 seasons, and he would have been capped as well for Ireland. So Sean Gearon, actually, he can play into 2, and then beside him would be Joey Mulcahy. His brother Dave would have played League of Ireland for Bows and all these people as well. Dave was there. He actually, I think his other brother Jackie got capped for Ireland. I think the Canes told a story about Jackie being locked into the bedroom or something in the podcast.
Kicked the door
They've
down.
kicked the door in, yeah.
Yeah.
So Joey's as mad as Jackie, like they're very same. So that's the 2 of the midfield. So into the 3 would be Jimmy Carr on the left. I said can't speak highly enough of Jimmy, the best player I've played with anyway. And beside him then Davy Ryan, he's the other best player then. So Jimmy, Davy, and then Colin Bergery, Bagsy on the right. So Bagsy's with us what? 2010. He's with us a long time.
Bagsy's playing on the wing.
I know, but I have to fit him in.
He won't make it.
I know he won't get up and down the line. But Bagsy's the fella. You play these teams, and he's just a fella gets under you. Like he's the whole team just focuses on him. Like and he just gets under their skin. He's is it? But no, but technically, like he's a great footballer. His brother Keenan's actually playing with Cork City, and then up top would be on his own David Slattery. Slats has scored in every major final. He scored in the FAI finals. He scored Munster Junior Cup finals. He got capped. He's the only fella I know. Like before matches, said we'd have all the wine gums and stuff, and there's Slattery eating his blueberries in the corner. Like his 0% body fat in him. Like he's unbelievable. Like so, yeah, that'd be the 11. Yeah. They've all played.
I've thrown a few names there now. I know. I'm gonna have to remember. No, because a few of those names, I was trying to in my head, and I couldn't kind of pick. So go back to my midfield. I would have Keith Welch right. I would go Wayne Fitz in the middle, and I would go a half game each between Colin Bergery and Joey Mulcahy.
Well put.
So you don't have 90 in him now at this stage. So I would go 45 there, and I would actually go Anthony Power from Carrick Nipper. He got 1 cap in Ireland, but Paul played against this lad now is 100 metres in 10 seconds. Like he's lightning, like probably could no right, like that's probably his weakness. Like it was just all left, all left, and you know, a good lad probably sourced that out, but you couldn't keep into him. Like you know, we would just get the ball over the top, under pressure, nip, or just you know, and then I would put Jimmy up top, just off Thomas Fitzgerald. That'll be, but again, mentioned the Davis Lashley, legend as well. Like just, I suppose I never see a lad look after himself as much as him. Like just you see a wine gum, he nearly gets sick. Like do you know what I mean? It's just it's blueberries.
Yeah,
and
he's
it's
actually
healthy,
after every game he actually has a treat on a Sunday night, as in a slice of pizza. I said, I'm coming out of a patio with a full box.
yeah, no,
That's the way he is, like.
And that's before the game.
yeah. No, they're kind of similar enough. Like top quality players. Like.
Very good, lads.
Parents.
Fair play.
That's
Thanks
it.
very
Thanks
much.
so much,
We enjoyed that.
Thanks,
That was
lads.
brilliant.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Paul.
Legends.
Fair play.
That was really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Enjoyed that.
Good,
Yeah.
Jeez,
That was
you wouldn't see
brilliant.
the
Thanks,
time
Paul.
going.